West, y'all.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good to have a backlog of episodes like in the books, but I haven't released them yet.
Yeah.
Because it meant like there was a period when I had like, because I think before the 200s, before I reached the 200s, I'll do a podcast and put it on straight away as soon as possible, and it'll be up before the next one gets recorded. So I didn't care what day it was, as long as I did it on the day that I recorded it. So the audio is easy to do that because audio goes up first because it's easy. Don't need to edit much. Just put the intro, outro in, put it up. It's the videos that's hard. They're hard because I got to switch cameras. Got to put it up there, and it takes a while.
Yep.
So
but the audio is easy.
The audio is easy.
Just upload and
uploading straight away. And then I got to the point where I had all these recorded, but I never put them up. Yeah. So I think I got to about 6 or 7.
Damn, that's quite a lot.
Haven't put up, so I decided to put them up one by one every week.
Yeah,
that means it'll give me time to just
7 weeks.
7 weeks to do other stuff, and so I did that, and that was alright because it allowed me to do the other podcasts too, like the sports ones we do and all that kind of stuff. But then the problem was like it was getting to be old news, like the podcast
wasn't current.
We'll discuss something that happened ages ago.
Yeah.
Because I put it up because we recorded it ages ago.
Yeah,
and I put it up and I was like, oh nah. I'm getting found out, you know.
I got what you mean. Yeah.
So yeah, man, it was like
it was good and bad. Sort of
it was good and bad. Yeah.
I sort of learned that from my cousin Max when we were Zealous. Like he would always try to get like a month ahead on anything. So then like it's not a rush, and you can just set it. You sort of time it where you do one a week, and I've thought of that instead of like pressuring yourself once a week sort of thing. Sort of get ahead, and then get a backlog, and then you can sort of maintain doing one a week, but you're always ahead. We'll do that with like programming or any like systems or like even like pictures and stuff like for marketing and that. Like have heaps of photos, heaps of templates in that set, so then you're not like scrambling. You've already got them all there.
Oh, yeah. I think it works with the podcast thing. It works if you're an interview podcast. If you have a guest on and it's just about the guests, what they do and all that.
Yeah.
Because in the interview podcast, you got your questions already written out.
Yeah.
What to say.
Yeah.
And it's probably got enough to do with the current events. You can't bring stuff up. You can't like shoot the shit at the beginning.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Talk about anything you want, because when you talk about anything you want, you're talking about what's happening at that moment. Like,
how you going now? And you're about to mention things, dates, people, things that happened recently.
Yeah. Even over sports. Like we talk about did you watch the game last night? And, and if you
it's old.
It's an old game. By the time it goes up, so you can't really. So I think this style of podcasting, the Backlog 135, it's just a conversation.
Yeah.
Just having a chat with the guest about their passions and that. Like we could bring up anything you want.
Yeah.
And if we bring up what happened in the sport on the weekend, the latest news.
Yeah.
And if you leave it for a while, it's like the listener will go through that and go, hey, I thought that was ages ago. Or I thought COVID was last year.
Did all your wrong picks get found out? You're like, I got that one wrong, got that.
Yeah, man.
Because when you were saying that, I thought of, because I listen to Tim Ferriss sometimes, and his interview style, but he's mentioned somewhere along the way on his podcast, like, he has some like backlogged in that, but you don't notice it because he is a like question guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk about like how you're going and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So for his style, it works having a backlog. It doesn't matter if he does it like a month later or, when he releases it and stuff. So I guess it just depends on your style, eh?
It depends on the style. It depends. It depends on what kind of podcast it is too.
Yeah.
So I think if it's a guest that's got a lot to say, or not so much a lot to say, but a guest that has experienced a lot of things, and a guest that has a lot of knowledge on a certain subject.
Yeah.
And you can ask a whole bunch of questions on that subject, and that guest will know a lot. And it's got nothing to do with what's happened now and then. For the listener, it's like someone to get educated off.
Yeah.
Like their knowledge of a certain thing from the past, whatever it is. So I think there's room for all those kind of podcasts too. But I think if for ours, like I'm just learning as I go.
Yeah. But it's good for like when you went to Samoa, like if you have a few backlog, you can just, so you don't have to think about podcasting for a few weeks. You can just sort of like What do you can you automate it? Where you go, I release this on a certain date and that?
You can, yeah.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can.
So you can just go on holiday for 2 weeks and you don't have to think about it. It's just going to go up on whatever date and time you set it.
Yeah.
And then boom, it's like you're still working, but you're in, sipping on, coconut or whatever type of thing, like, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the pro of it.
You can automate things, eh?
Yeah, you can automate things. I've got the capacity to do that, but I haven't done it.
Yeah.
I've always put it up. And it's funny because some of the guests I've had, they're like shocked that I don't edit.
Yeah.
Like when I say edit, all I mean is putting the intro and outro in.
Yeah,
I don't mean about cutting things out.
Yeah. Has anyone asked to cut anything out?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Probably won't say on this, but yep. Couple of people, not too much, not too many.
Yeah.
I mean, Okay, there was one time someone wanted the whole thing cut.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Oh, that's easy. Like, just don't put it up.
Yeah, that was kind of like a
Bit of a down buzz.
waste of time kind of thing. But, oh, come on, man. So yeah,
I'll just put it up and see what you think. You might change your mind.
yeah. And then that didn't happen though. And then the people that said, "Oh, I've said something about family member."
Yeah, right.
Can you
cut that out?
I didn't mean to say it, but can you take that out?
Yeah.
And then there's someone.
Did you cut it out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm always respectful.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to cut anything out, I'll cut it out. But
yeah.
but generally I don't.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because when we first started, because I have a stutter and I'm very embarrassed by it because I was teased when I was a kid.
Yeah,
and it sort of traumatized me.
Yeah.
So I don't like talking. And it's funny because I'm doing podcasts and you have to talk. So,
It's character. Yeah, it's character. Uniqueness.
Yeah. So when I stutter, I'm embarrassed by it, so I want to cut it out.
Yeah.
And then when we first started doing it, man, I was spending heaps of hours cutting all my stuttering out.
Oh,
Cutting stuff.
I don't know that.
I was cutting stuff out, like ums. Even I'll cut the ums then. If I'm going to do the stuttering, I'll cut the ums and ahs then.
Yeah.
And then after a while, like maybe 10 times doing it, 10 episodes. This was really early. 10 episodes, I'll be like, man, it's taking too long. Like, I'll stuff it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Because then I had the mentality, hey, if I stuff up, if I stutter, hey, that's my bad. I got to do better.
Yeah.
Like it's like a punishment, but it's
Yeah.
like a mentality for me to, okay, I did that.
Yeah.
Who cares? I'm embarrassed. Do better. Don't do it again.
Yeah.
So it's like a mental kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's probably like a bigger deal than you think anyway, because people will listen to it and probably won't notice it, and like people move on to the next one anyway. Like they'll listen to it and what's the next one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've heard a few like content creators, they say they make mistakes in that, but they don't worry about it because like they just got to keep churning out content.
Yeah.
People move on.
Yeah.
Because people's attention and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
If I was rich, if I was like born, I would hire someone to edit mine, like more like that, like ums and ahs and.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it would matter as much to the listeners as it would me.
Mm.
Like I would just try to like tidy it up, you know.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't do it myself if I could afford to pay someone. Like, all right, cut out all the arms because you can get like transcripts,
You can now.
So it would have all the words we say, right?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
I would look at that and be like, see what I want to cut out, and then get them to do it.
It's probably a long process because you got to read it.
That's what I'm saying.
You got to find.
Yeah. If I was born and then that's what I did.
Yeah.
Because some people they just podcast there. Well, that's what I heard the idea from.
Oh right.
Tim Ferriss. That's what he does.
Mm.
So he gets people to cut certain things out in it.
I tell you what though, like since even you started, like you started before us with your original one ages ago. Huh?
Yeah.
On your phone. But when we started back in 2019.
Yeah.
2019. Man, technology for podcasting has gone up big time since that time till now. Because now there's AI. We always hear AI now. AI is involved now. AI can actually edit your audio to the point where it's studio quality now.
Yeah.
You just press a button and it does it all for you.
Right. Yeah.
Like when you use Audacity and you put the audio in and you gotta level it, you gotta compress it so all the mics are the same level.
Yeah.
Then you gotta take away the background noise. Then you gotta equalize it. If you have a good setting, then you have to normalize it, and then throw it up there. AI can just do it all in one click now.
Right,
you don't need to do it manually.
Yeah.
And unfortunate thing for that, you got to pay for it. It's like subscription based.
Yeah.
All these AI stuff. So funny enough, I fucked up.
Yeah, I heard on the MTA.
Yeah.
Is that the, yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened from there?
So I used I used a thing called Podcastle. There's a thing called Podcastle online, and it's podcasting editing software, online software.
Yeah.
Similar to the Riverside FM we use, but it's for uploading podcast episodes, and what it does is fixes it for you. Like, you know how you had the problem?
Yeah.
We could have used that now.
It would have worked.
We'll try. We could have tried.
Oh, no, I
have
think
you still
I
got
deleted
it?
it now.
Did you? Oh, because that wasn't there before. And that's what I mean. Technology has come up now. Like AI is involved with.
I filmed it off my phone or something.
Right. Yeah.
And then, because I had the podcast thing stuffed up.
Yeah.
So I was like, is there a way that you can amplify the sound of my phone? Because I recorded it there, but I stuffed up the audio through,
Oh yeah.
and we couldn't. But I guess they could get it to a certain level, like it wouldn't be the same as like this, but it would be better than
Well,
what it wasn't.
I was shocked how good it was.
Wow, true.
Because I was looking up blind because on Limited the clip I just said that I fucked up I erased the audio by accident.
Yeah, I heard.
You know, so the only audio I had was the camera audio. You know how that's
yeah. So it would have been similar to mine because I just had the phone.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
It's not really good quality. 'Cause
Yeah.
It picks
too
up
far away as well.
every little thing.
Yeah,
It picks up everything.
Yeah.
Right. So there's a lot of background noise, and it's like a lot of treble. So there's no bass in the voice and that.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, damn. So I looked online for anything that could fix it. And then I came across this software called Podcastle. And it's like $25 a month. So I paid for it just to fix that audio. So I put it through the AI. And it did a good job, man. It did a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took away all the background noise
True.
and then put some bass in it.
So you're gonna put it up?
It's up.
It's up. Oh, sweet.
It's up.
And how would you rate it?
It's not perfect.
Oh no, it wouldn't be. But
not perfect.
Yeah.
Because if you're mumbling, it will pick up the mumbling. And you can't understand.
You can't fix that.
You can't understand what. And you know, I was mumbling a lot. I'm lucky that my guest, he's a good speaker. And he was clear. Everything. When he talks,
So he was good.
He's good.
Yeah.
And that's probably what you want.
Yeah.
Because that's the main guy people tune into, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, don't worry about Cam's.
Don't worry about me. I'm just
Yeah,
an
yeah.
instigator, right?
Yeah.
I'm just here for the platform.
Yeah.
So, and then I thought, man, is it because I'm not that good of a talker? I have to be more clearer in my speech in that. Like, it sort of questions how I'm talking on this now.
Yeah.
Like, do people understand or talk too fast or talk too, am I stuttering without knowing? Am I communicating? Is my communicating, is it good or not? And then when I hear myself on that AI, if AI can recognize it, then it mustn't be good, Maybe I need to slow down, but it's telling me to like, okay, this is what you're doing. Try to make a good job of it.
Yeah.
Like learn from your mistakes, like learn from the past, keep on learning and try to get better.
Yeah.
So it's sort of a reminder for me to like, I'm not perfect and recognize no one's perfect.
Yeah.
You're not perfect, but you can improve. How are you going to improve?
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like a reminder.
It seems like you haven't really focused on that. You've like enjoyed, to me, the podcast process, like talking to guests, interviewing them. But I don't know. Have you sort of thought about that? But it seems like you enjoy the podcasting so much that you haven't really.
Oh, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, like
And
you've
I
had
think-
so much fun that you haven't really like. So
Look,
that would be like if you're a rugby player, like working on a certain aspect, eh?
Do you think that's the kind of thing? Like, do you, in your playing career, like, have you come across guys that just love the game but don't like to train, don't like to get better, but they just
Yeah.
love?
It's common
I
as,
think it's like that. Maybe I need to like.
Well,
maybe it's kind of like that. I don't know.
because I did the what's it called, Toastmasters for a little bit. So that was like how to speak better, and it probably doesn't show, but it was a long time ago. And I didn't do it for long. Maybe I can't remember. Maybe 3-4 months. But that would be, I guess, an example of saying like if you didn't like the way you sounded, of working on that specific aspect
Yeah.
to get better.
Yeah.
And that, but you enjoy everything else, so that would pick up or lift up something that you wanted to work on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. You're right, and I think that little exercise with the AI,
Yeah.
in how I was talking, like, is it's kind of it is a reminder for me to just step back a bit and just see how you can improve.
Well, like even like going back to the Tim Ferriss guy, he did that with his podcasting. He would read his transcripts and stuff to get feedback on his own.
Oh,
Like see where he was umming and ahhing and using too many words or things like that. So he would sort of, I guess, like for his guest as well, like see what was good and not, and then also his own performance as well. So it's like, I guess, looking back on your game, really.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a game tape, and like, all right, I'm saying this too much, and just becoming aware of things.
Yeah. I don't really go back and listen to the whole thing again. Only when I'm have to edit out a clip for the social media and stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have to find stuff, so that's when I go back to stuff. But sometimes I hear myself when I'm talking and I'm describing something, and I think, man, I can describe that better than that. I just said like 20 extra words I didn't have to say,
Yeah. Like right now, like, oh, damn, I would have said this and that. Yeah, I got you. I feel like it is like a sport in a way for me, because sometimes I'll walk away and I'm like, yeah, I nailed it, prepared well. Felt like I articulated myself really well. The questions were good. And then other times I was like, oh, damn, I didn't prepare. Like, I didn't read up on the person well enough. I was tired or, whatever it is. I didn't feel sharp mentally.
Yeah.
I could have said that question better or ask some follow-up stuff. So, I agree 100%. I go away like a game going like, did that go well or not? Like that type of thing. Like the way I had it in my head.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do, and sometimes I'm like, oh, nah.
Again, I think that depends on what kind of podcast it is too.
Yeah.
Like for Zealous State of Mind, like you're talking to your guests, you're interested in how they've come about or what their passions is usually on your podcast, usually health and sport. There's mental health stuff in there, but it's mostly exercising, health and health and fitness, and that kind of stuff. So I think with what you're saying about how sometimes you struggle with, man, I should have studied this guy more, and like with Back Over 135, it's the whole part of it being unscripted and just off the cuff conversations, and I think it works better to not. Sometimes I don't really want to.
You don't want to know?
I don't really want to study the guest too much. Because I want to talk about it on the podcast.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to study something and then, like, this is how I think, right? If a guest was going to come on and he was on Wikipedia and all that kind of stuff, or he was on the internet, his life profile, and I go and read the whole thing, I don't want to I want to come on and if there's something interesting about that thing, I'll talk about it. But it's not like I'm not going to ask him stuff that I already read.
Right, yeah.
And it's already there. And I want to ask something that I already know because I read it.
Yeah. I do it more for the follow-up questions. So it's like, oh, I saw you did this.
Yeah.
How did you get to that point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you were over here and now you're doing that. Like, what's that process? So I do it so I can get questions that maybe like some other podcaster didn't have. That's the goal, is to like get out some gems that someone else maybe didn't ask.
Yeah.
Like, oh, no one's asked me that. That's what I'm sort of like hopefully trying to get to. Or if they give me like short answers and stuff, then I feel like I probably could have did better,
Yeah.
Asked the question better or had some better follow-up questions. That's what I feel like would be my job. That's why I like, for me personally, the research. But I can see what you mean, because it's like if you meet someone first, like, hey man, where are you from? Oh, cool. Where did that come from? Yeah. It's more like more flowing,
It's more,
yeah. I know what you mean. I see the benefits to both.
Yeah.
I've done ones like that as well, and that's quite fun as well. So yeah, they're both fun in different ways. Yeah.
And so sometimes I'm scared about that. If I get someone on that's already been in other podcasts, then obviously I'm gonna ask the same questions as the other podcasts.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Same as me. I'm like, oh.
And the fear is them thinking, oh, not that same question again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I try to like research to find something else. Like,
yeah, that would probably be the only time.
Yeah.
Especially if someone that's always on.
They're quite. Yeah.
They move around podcast circles a lot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
picking out one little thing that no one else has, or asking the same thing from a different angle. Or,
yeah. But I think what cancels out the origin stories cancel those questions out. I think the question of the origin if someone's been on the podcast like 10 podcasts before he jumps on this one,
Yeah.
then I'll probably cancel out the Origin one because it's there's bound to be said.
Yeah, it's already covered.
Yeah, it's already covered.
Just listen to the other episode.
Yeah, just listen to
if you want to know. Yeah.
Unless there's something specific, like you said,
Yeah.
like you want to follow up on. No?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I get caught because I would ask questions I sort of already knew, but I don't really know because I was asking them. The reason I asked was for the listener, you know, but as a guest, I probably didn't enjoy it as much because like I sort of knew. So I'm like, I don't know. I get torn between like just moving on, but maybe the listener doesn't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? If the listener doesn't know like that origin story.
yeah.
I guess, but yeah, I guess for me now I'll probably just skip it and go to what I want. But I've done that, like admittedly, sometimes like I'll ask questions I already sort of know, but it's more just to like when the listener tunes in, they might not know all that sort of stuff. Yeah, but, I don't know, you play that risky.
You haven't had an episode in a while. Are you still gonna jump back on it? Or?
Well, that's why I've been podcasting with you, and let's. I guess I get my fill there a bit at the moment. You know, the chance to talanoa and connect and share, and I guess to have my little source of therapy as well. So
that was the thing that got brought up last episode on Empty at the Clip, the therapy part of it, because. You know, when you guys mentioned it, I was like, yeah, it is kind of, you know? Yeah. Like, because I don't recognize it.
Yeah.
But obviously, Lady does.
Yeah. I notice as well.
And you notice?
Yeah, it feels good, man, like to share and open up. And because, like, I have a lot of thoughts running through my head and that. So it's just.
Oh, I need to unload.
Yeah, it's a good way to unload. And sometimes you're right and stuff like that, but it's good to share with like other human beings.
Yeah.
And then sometimes as you say stuff, like other thoughts will come and then you can share those as well. And so it sort of like floods out sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and then you feel like, like relief. I guess, if you talk to like a social worker or something like that, it's sort of like that in a way. You probably feel like, you got it off and you feel free.
Yeah.
It feels like that a little bit. Yeah. What about you?
I love it, I love it. And I love the challenge of ideas.
Yeah.
Like, if I put an idea out, I want it to be challenged. Like, is it a good idea or a bad idea? I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you might be right. Yeah. That makes sense. That kind of thing.
And we were just sort of talking before about, like, sharing stuff that we probably wouldn't share in everyday conversations. Like, at work or wherever you're at, like, family and stuff like that. It sort of it stays pretty surfacey. Right. But with a podcast, you can sort of talk about stuff that, I don't know, it's just the platform or because that's what it is there for you to open up a little bit. You probably might share stuff that you usually wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't even have to be your deepest, darkest thoughts, but just thoughts that you talk to someone because you, like, maybe a friend or at work or your family member, doesn't really care. You know what I mean? Like, about your interest or your opinion. Like, just like, oh, yeah, whatever, care. They just don't care about you. But, if I talk to you or Les or someone else, they would, like, bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
You're going to have, like, hear their opinions and thoughts. But, some people at work or at home, they just don't care, eh? Like,
when you said that, I was thinking, man, a lot of people are bad at hiding that, eh?
Yeah.
Because, there's seems times when you're talking to someone about something, and you can just tell by their reactions, like, they don't care.
They're not interested, eh?
They're not interested.
That's what I'm saying.
They'll either look to someone else to talk to, eh? Or you just get a feeling, eh?
Yeah.
Their body language and that. And it's like, oh, okay, you just don't want to talk. You just stop talking, eh? Like, oh, yeah, next subject.
Yeah. If it's something you're not interested in, eh?
Well, this is
you
like,
can feel it,
this is our day.
Yeah.
When you're at a party or talking to people, like, you know. Yeah, you can feel it.
Yeah. Or like, because a lot of people are probably like us, like we want to talk and they want to talk too. So if you talk, they're like thinking like, I want to share my thought. I want to share my thought. I want to share my, like, so then you're like, oh, I can see they're not listening. And then you go, oh, how was that? And then boom, they just like unload.
Yeah.
I guess they need like that podcast platform where they can,
Right.
They're like, oh, on the weekend I did this and that and stuff like that. And then, they talk the whole time. And then when you go to talk, you say like a sentence or two and they're like, oh, yeah. But then they're so excited to share again. So I think everybody needs like a place to share. Because, if you have like a partner or something like that, like sometimes they don't, like they love you and stuff, but they don't really care, like, or they're not as interested in, like, because I'm into training and stuff, I talk to her and I know she's not that passionate about it. So there's no point.
Yeah.
Even though they care about you, it's like, and then people at work, I know they don't care about that. They don't care about podcasting. So like, I can't talk about all those things. So I could talk about sport, So you talk about stuff that, feel like you can have a back and forward type of conversation. Whereas with this stuff, you feel like you can sort of go in more directions, cover more topics, more thoughts.
Right. Yeah.
So
That's why I love the topic of sports and movies.
yeah.
Like you hear me all the time talking about movies and sports. Like
Yeah.
I think that's universal kind of thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you get the nerds that don't like sport,
Yeah.
but a lot of people like sport. And if you bring up the All Blacks or the Kiwis or NRL or anything, bound to have a small conversation with someone, you know, about it.
I think that's like out of conversation I've tried to learn is like, someone like we're talking at the table in the staff room and then someone like on the side, you can tell they're not interested and I'll be like, oh, what are they into? Like I'll be like, oh, talk about art with them or something like that. Like whatever their interest is or how's the music coming along, So I like that as well, like so I can learn as well.
Yeah.
Because they have a different interest altogether. And it's like, oh man, I didn't know that was out there. Or, oh, you went to the exhibition and, so it's cool but like, I think some people at your table that are into sports and that, they would never do that because they're like, I don't care about that shit. I'm not going into that role, of pretending I care about your art and music sort of thing or whatever it is,
I mean,
or your dog or your, whatever their thing is.
I mean, you're the same then, because that way I think we get to a deeper level when it comes to people's interest.
Yeah,
because it doesn't matter what it is. Where I'm interested in why they're interested in that.
Yeah,
like what makes them passionate about that.
Yeah,
and where does it come from? That passion.
Yeah,
like I don't care what it is.
Yeah,
it can be like dogs, cats, like you said, but why?
Yeah,
like, I want to know why. Like I'm fascinated about why.
Yeah,
where it comes from.
Yeah, this it is. And some of the stuff is like interesting. You learn a lot, He's like, oh damn. But yeah, this the caretaker at our school, man. He's the man, Like talk to him, and he's got a bunch of kids, and they come visit him and that. And I'm like, man, this guy's cracked it, But he just sort of he does what he wants. He's at that there's age where they don't care.
Oh yeah.
He has his food, he has his coffee, and eats and stuff like that. If people talk to him, they talk to him. If they don't, they don't. And I really admire that. He doesn't need people, but he doesn't mind them either. He doesn't mind. Like I like that stage.
So he's in control of his.
Yeah.
Of what he's doing.
Yeah, like he doesn't need people. People like would never sit on their own. It's like I need to be with someone like.
Right.
They wouldn't go somewhere. He just.
Is it an independence sort of thing?
Yeah, and just being, I guess, comfortable with who he is, and doesn't care what people think.
Because that's.
Oh, I like that.
That's like a power,
Yeah. And he's got his kids. They all come visit him and stuff. And I was like, bro, that's the one, Got everything. He's cracked it.
I think I know what you mean. Like for some people, success means. Sometimes for some people, success for them means where they are at that moment or where they are now in their lives.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean they got the most money in the world. It doesn't mean, they got the biggest house or whatever.
Yeah.
Like if you're maybe content with what you've got and that's it. And, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Like truly happy.
Yeah.
Like not happy for the sake of, this is all. Like, I may as well be happy, Yeah. Not forcing yourself to be happy, but being truly happy, being with what you got. And, you're not, there's no pressure of things. And like you said, this guy, he's the man because I think he's got what he wants.
Yeah.
He doesn't need more. Stuff.
Yeah.
He doesn't need more.
He's got everything he wants and stuff like that. And peace.
Yeah.
You can sort of see that peace.
Yeah.
It's not like
and that's
stress, not stress.
Yeah. But see, people like that, they can be, and people like that guy can be any level of society.
Yeah.
It does. Things don't matter to these people. Yeah. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, it is.
For society that wants more all the time.
Yeah.
The latest.
Yeah. Well, I had this reliever during the week, and he's the man. Like he relieves, because he used to teach for years. He's sort of stressful and stuff, so he got his own little side business, relieves here and there. And like school wanted him to like have a laptop and stuff, and he's like, nah, I don't want any emails, I don't want any contact, just like when my job is, and that's it, you know.
Yeah.
And like you think about it, you're a part of like messenger groups and Viber groups, and it's all drains you, you know.
Yeah.
He said he's done that. He just wants to do what he wants to do. He loves like cricket. He does cricket, does his work, and he looks pretty like not stressed. And I was like, wow, that's the one, eh? He does what he enjoys. He works, not always on his own terms, but a lot of the time, and I was like, wow, I like that, eh? Just cut things, eh, that you don't need, unnecessary sort of thing. So, yeah, it's cool. I guess talking to guys like that as well, that's cool, like being able to show interest and connect. But yeah, this whole thing of, I think the thing is growth. We're talking about connecting. Like, I get bored sometimes because I talk to people and like they're not trying to grow, and so we're talking about the same things. Like there's no project or thing they're working towards. But I've run into a couple of friends recently, and it's been cool, man, because they've grown, and so like our conversations mean, But for years it was sort of like the same. It wasn't going anywhere. But for whatever reason, they've grown, and it's been really cool.
Have they grown in like attitude or grown in like
As a person, as a person.
Oh.
Yeah, not just talking about the old days and
Oh right.
the good old days and stuck in a rut type of thing.
Yeah.
Moved on from that stuff and try to look after themselves and just learning, that type of thing. Because I feel like you get to you have all these different levels, as a kid to a teen and adult. And like you might get stuck in a teen mindset, but you're an adult, or you're a 20-year-old mind, but you're 30, or you're a 30-year-old mind and you're 40, that type of thing. Like still playing video games hard up, but you're 40 or 30.
Yeah.
Like you got to grow out of that type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Like
it's like I don't want to talk about your Halo or whatever game you're playing,
Because time gives way for responsibility. Eh?
Yeah.
Hey, and then if you got time to do stuff, you're getting away from responsibility.
Yeah.
And I think the older you grow, the more responsibility you need to take on to move forward in the world.
Yeah.
That's real productive, I guess. Huh.
And like, just like, friends who are still like drinking hard out and all that, like, here on occasion, special occasion, but like, right, you're not 20 anymore, like, we're going to get past that.
Jackson, you should talk to me like when I was 30 years old.
But you know what I mean, eh?
Yeah.
That's like maybe like an early 20s thing. Maybe late 20s at the most. But then beyond that, should be like different things, career things, family things, like that type of thing.
For me, it was to my mid-30s.
Yeah. But do you reckon that's true or not?
Nah, I reckon that's true.
Yeah, like you should be more like career, family sort of stuff.
Well, you should do better than...
By then, 30s, you should be thinking about that stuff.
Yeah, but the mentality you should be better than the year before.
Yeah, that type of thing. Yeah. Not like the same thing, like... If I talk to you when you're 24 and you're like 28, 29, it's still the same. It's like you get a bit bored,
Because you always hear stories of people that have success, like have started at the right time. It's timing, eh? Like, who's that guy that wrote Blink and what's his name?
Oh yeah.
He's got this podcast. I forgot his name, but he's got a book about. You've got it?
I'm thinking of Pressfield, but I don't think it's him, mate.
No,
it's not Pressfield. Yeah.
It's I forgot his name, but he wrote a book about timing.
Yeah,
and a lot of things got to do with the time you do it.
Right. Yeah.
And if you're in the trend or before the trend, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And a lot of successful things. A lot of people get successful because they got the timing right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got a bit lucky as well.
Got a bit lucky. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good thought. What do you think about? Yeah, like in terms of trends and fit, like the podcast, because I was listening to podcasts recently and I was talking about like things are like 7 to 10 year cycles sort of thing, and like podcast is sort of coming to that.
Yeah.
Like because I was into CrossFit, so there was like this big spike, big boom, and then it's come down. That's like everything has its highest thing,
high and low. Yeah,
and then it fades out, and then you sort of see if it hangs around or not.
I think we're in because we're in New Zealand, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
Because we always get things last, and the trends always come here last.
Right. Yeah.
Unless social media, because of social media, like for me, podcasts always been forefront in America. Whatever happens over there happens to the rest of the world afterwards. And that's the trend. I know there was a big push with video now, and video podcasts are big now.
Yeah.
I think, and social media podcasts, like when you put your social media clips, when you put your clips on social media, a lot of people just watch those, don't listen to the whole podcast.
Right. Yeah.
A lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot.
Yeah.
A lot.
It's short attention span.
Short attention span. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, because I was listening. A couple of the writers were saying that their books, like they're like writing more, but they made their books like audio books, and they're getting more listens, and they're like sort of hurt, because people would rather listen to them read their book. But that's just the way it is, eh? Because they were talking about how it's like a 2-for-1 thing, like you can drive somewhere or do the dishes or clean and listen to a podcast and read. Whereas like as opposed to read, you're just doing one thing, and you might forget things. You might have to read every sentence twice, and
yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So it was like, it was an interesting thought that.
No, I believe that, and I'm one of those people that gave up reading because of time factor.
Yeah.
And convenience of listening, and how I can get through a book in a week. Or half a week.
Yeah.
3 days, depending how long it is.
Yeah.
4-hour book. Like we used to say 300 pages. Now we say in 4 hour. 12-hour book. 10-hour book. Okay.
Yeah. Man, like I still read a little bit, but nowhere near as much as before. It's not because of podcasts. It's more because I just didn't have as much time. I think if I did have a lot of time, I would still read more because I just like getting off technology and like holding a book. Sort of, it's like feels like it's more peaceful. You know what I mean? Like just sort of sitting down somewhere comfortable and reading some pages. I would still do that if I had a lot of time.
Yeah, I would rather
personally.
I would rather read.
I feel like it works my brain out better.
Yeah,
I retain more.
Yeah, for me, I prefer reading. I just don't because of the time.
Yeah.
But I prefer reading because I like to see the words.
Yeah.
And I like to see the sentence.
Yeah.
To actually see
the structure and stuff.
Yeah, and see how it's spelled, the word spelled. And I think because if I hear the word, it's just a word, and like, move on.
Yeah.
But if I see a word, that's interesting. That's a long word.
Yeah.
What is that? I'm interested in it. So, yeah, that's the difference, I think.
Yeah. And when you see the word in the sentence, you can sort of get the gist of what it means and stuff like that. So I'd rather read. I feel like it helped my speech, to be honest, because there was a phase early on when I started podcasting. I was reading a lot, and I feel like it made me like sound better. I feel like I was speaking better and clearer.
Yeah.
Like I had a clearer mind as well. I feel like I had more words in my mouth and in my head. Yeah. But since I haven't been reading as much, I feel like I didn't speak as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since then. Yeah,
I'm enjoying. Yeah, I do. I did enjoy reading just for the purpose of learning the sentence and words and that, because I think it helps with my writing, and that's another thing I've put off for a while is writing the articles for the website, because I haven't done one in a while. Yeah. I know some of the guys have been doing them, which is great. Yeah. But man, I've
Joey's been writing hard out, eh?
He's been writing hard out. Because this one was pretty interesting. Did you read it? The one about how your family don't help you, support you with stuff like share and stuff like that on social media and that.
True. Yeah. We've talked about it. I haven't read it yet, but I have to dig into that. It's a New Zealand thing, eh?
Yeah. Is it? Yeah.
I feel like it is.
Not in Australia? They don't do that?
I feel like they're a little bit more supportive, eh?
Yeah.
Generally.
Yeah. And because the article talks about how we tend to trust brands rather than helping. Like, we rather buy Adidas, Nike than if, say, your family member was doing a label. Some gears, hoodie gears and that kind of thing. Yeah,
it's that association, eh? Like Nike or whatever brand it is, Adidas or any big names, that you want to be associated with that, so it feels small, and like you buy that thing, you're associated with it, and they might feel like a little bit embarrassed or like. maybe not as proud of if they're not as proud, they'll sort of show sort of thing. I don't know. There's probably some other stuff to that, but I think that can be a part of it. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, it's probably like a good segue as well. Like I was thinking about that, like recently, like when I was running the box, it's probably like a good one for the listeners to have a think about is when I was running the box, I was told different things and listened to podcasts, and I always thought of myself as like a leader, follower, and I wasn't influenced as much. But when I think back, I was, but it was over a long period of time.
Right.
So, for example, I listened to podcasts on like how to grow your business, how to get better and stuff like that. And it was like, if you want to run a successful gym, you can't be working in the gym, you got to work on it. So it's like, if you're coaching, try to get it off the floor so you can work on, retention, marketing, whatever it is, sales, that sort of stuff. And I was like, oh yeah, okay, then maybe that's what I'm going to do. And then other people were like, you got to get out of the gym, you got to get out, go to the beach or like go fishing, like just do different things outside the gym. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I do. And, like part of my job was like, I did the programming, like make up the workouts and stuff. I was like, oh, okay, I've got to learn to delegate this, get this so I can work on the business. And I did that. And thinking back, I should have listened to my internal voice because those are the things I enjoyed.
What?
Coaching, programming.
Not what the podcast said.
I should have delegated the other stuff.
Oh, so not what the podcast said.
Nah. That's for other people. Like, and thinking back, I didn't want a big gym. I wanted this. Like, now I know what I want. Yeah. I think I'm sort of getting to that guy at work where I'm sort of knowing who I am and what I want.
Yeah.
Because I'm getting older now.
Yeah.
And I don't want a big gym. I want a small gym. But I just want it all quality and all killers. And I enjoy the creativity side of programming. I love that. So I let these voices from podcasts and people influence me, but it was over time. It wasn't overnight. I slowly made those decisions, thinking it was my own decision, but really I was influenced. And I've only just sort of realized that recently,
So influenced by people and by that podcast.
Yeah, our podcasts over time, because they're always talking about growth and all that. But what made me, I think there was a few things that made me think it was all right, because I've seen like other podcasts and movies. I've seen a few movies where they just coached and programmed and they lived that way forever and died that way. Oh, no. Oh, there's a couple that lived that way till they died. And I was like, that's me. They didn't grow, they didn't work on the business. They did what they wanted all the way. And I was like, wow, yeah, that's me. I feel like the same way. Because you think, like, what's normal? Because I thought, man, I'm weird. Am I weird? Like, I don't mind being in the gym all the time. Like, other people want to get out and, like, do other things. But just quietly, I wouldn't tell people. I was like, but I don't mind that. But then the other side was like, okay, get out, do the other things. Socialize, do these other things that normal people do. But now that I've seen like these other people like me, they don't do those other things. They don't care about it. I'm like that. Like I don't really care about going fishing or like doing some outdoor things.
Right.
I don't mind them on the odd occasion, but I really don't care. I'd rather be in the gym, coaching or training. So I thought I try to be normal. So now that I've seen the examples of it, and I'm like, I can more resonate with that, and be like, yeah, that's me. Feel like peace like that sort of fits better. You know what I mean?
In this journey
like
of
being an obsession person. I feel like that's me. I was trying to make myself normal.
Right.
But I'm not. Like
So
I'm a bit crazy. Like I would just rather coach, and how you see like coaches or like they just obsess over their team or whatever. Like Brian Belichick or whatever. Who's the league one? Like look at Wayne Bennett. He's coached forever. Like that would be me. Do you know what I mean? Just coach until you die. He didn't try to go up in management or be CEO. He just coached. You know what I mean? So I started to see all these examples of like, you don't need to go up the ranks. That's what I thought I needed to do, but I didn't. Yeah.
Just doing the best of what you love to do.
Yeah. So like, even with the writing and podcasting, is like, because those guys were saying, people saying, "Oh, you need to do more podcasting because that's blowing up. That's going to get you more listeners." But they're like, "But I'd rather write." So even if it can cost you, I don't know. I feel like can be better to just still do what, because you'll be more at peace and more authentic and more congruent with who you are, you know?
How much of your podcast, of all the guests you've had on, how much of that idea of just sticking to what you, like, you know, when you had that realization, how much any of the podcasts, any of the guests you've had on just cement that idea again? Like with what you heard?
Nah, because I haven't had my guests on for a while, so it's been more of a recent thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know?
Oh, nice.
There was that movie, I think I mentioned it on Empty Out the Clip, like Live Like a Girl. There's the Egyptian coach. He just coached people, girls, weightlifting, and then like 17 of them became international lifters. And he did it all the way till he died. But he's the man. He lived a great life, you know? And then like Louis Simmons is a famous powerlifting coach. Like he wouldn't leave his town because he didn't want to like get away from his gym and what he was doing, like working on. Like he was always writing books and training people and like experimenting with things and stuff like that. And I think I'm along those type of lines.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like not exactly, because I referenced Wayne Bennett as well. You know, so.
Well, he's a proof. He's got kind of proof, eh?
Yeah, but it's along those type of lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're right, man. Because if you look at Wayne Bennett, he's old. And like he could have been anything up there, eh?
Yeah, he could have been a CEO.
Yeah.
Or
Phil
something.
Gould.
Yeah.
He could have been a Phil Gould there, up there.
Yeah. Well, he climbed the ranks because he was a coach, right?
Yeah.
But I guess it suited him, you know. So I guess I'm saying for the listener is like, yeah, really try to take note of what's influencing you, because I thought I knew, but I didn't. At this, you know, at one part I did, and one part I didn't. Yeah.
I think it's also a reminder to like, if you love doing what you're doing, if you love it so much that you don't want to do anything else, then that must be it.
Yeah.
You know, don't try and remix it. Don't try to maybe, if it is on the ladder, don't climb any higher. Just if that's the
and just get better at it.
If that's the rung you
Just
wanna.
But yeah, the thing is, the climbing the ladder is getting better at it.
Yeah.
You know, being the best at it.
But not climbing the ladder to do other stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You don't have to be the owner or CEO or whatever. Yeah. You just get, the thing is to be the best at whatever that thing is. And but I think the thing is, because I fell victim as well, it was the money thing. Because it's like, if you stay on that rung, you might not make as much money. But, you know, when I look at these guys, well, Louis, he made money, but he didn't intentionally make money. The other Egyptian guy, he didn't make money, but he lives a great life. So some made money and some didn't. I think it doesn't matter.
On the other side of that, if you're good at your job, people will come to you.
Yeah, well, that's what Louis, the powerlifting guy, he ended up making money off merchandise and apparel and books and things like that.
And if your name's out there saying, oh, no, this is the best.
Yeah.
These are the other guys, but nah, go to Yashi's the best.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is, you can get like, you can get torn into other things because people are like, oh, if you want to grow it, then do this and that. Because people kept asking Louis, the powerlifting guy, to do like other things, and he's like, nah, I just want to focus on the coaching. Like, I gotta give a shit. He said, like, I didn't give a shit about the other things, like apparel and business and all that sort of stuff. He's like, I don't care, like, because you know, even Joe Rogan went to him.
Oh yeah,
because he wouldn't travel, so Joe Rogan went to where Louis is.
Oh, true.
Because he wouldn't move. He didn't do holidays. You know, I'm not that bad. I'd rather do holidays, but it's sort of along those same lines of like just coaching and. Oh, another thing was like, because I've been training Letty's daughter, and like I've been finding a lot of satisfaction in that, like helping athletes. You know, because I work in a classroom, right, and I help these kids with maths and English, and it feels pretty good, like helping them understand things and all that. But it doesn't make me feel as like satisfied as helping athletes. You know?
Can you get into the PE thing at your job? PE?
Oh, no, my special thing is like, I like weights, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Not necessarily PE, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, like seeing people like can't do push-ups or chin-ups to do those and get faster or get strong, you know, like. One of my boys, I didn't coach him actually. I got him to about 140 on the squat. at Avondale. So I left, obviously. So I'm at Henderson. But he posted on Instagram. I haven't been coaching him since. So he's done it on his own. And I think the Avondale coach, the weightlifting coach, he posted a squat. So when I was with him, it was like about 140. He posted a squat 180.
Oh, yeah.
So 40 kilos. Like, I get more of a kick out of that.
Yeah.
You know, like, wow, that's beast, man. Like, he's only year 9.
Oh, true.
You know, I like seeing that. So I'm more like seeing kids grow strong and stuff like that. So, yeah. So that's my little rant. I guess that's the part of the therapy, sharing those things, because you can't really share it in the real world because people will just like, I'm bored now. You know?
So, man, that's cool that you recently felt this. You recently realized what was going on.
Yeah.
So, does that make you clear on what you want?
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
And how much of that clearness has sort of, obviously it's clear, but must have been a lot of things in front of you that you thought, nah, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
A lot of things don't matter anymore. Now there's a clear path for your goal.
Yeah. So, I got Tuesday, Thursdays, and then maybe like a time on Saturday or Sunday afternoon where I can. So I'm not rushing because I learned from running the gym. Like I tend to rush things, so I'm trying to get like people on Tuesday, Thursday, and like a day on the weekend, because that's when my wife takes the kids, looks after the kids, and I look after them more like Monday, Wednesday, Friday sort of thing. So those are times where I can. Yeah, I'm training Letty's daughter. But then I've also got time to train other people. So I've tried to set up some things. I hit up guy down at I've hit up a few people. They haven't gotten back to me, but but I'm just trying to look for a space, really.
Yeah.
I even said like I'll train them for free. I just need a space. I don't really care about. I don't like money and stuff like that. I just want to train the kids, teens. So I've hit up a few people, but I think it looks weird when I was thinking about it.
Why?
Because I've approached a few people that are like a part of gyms, and like there's a guy who's run a gym, and he's saying he'll train them for free. You know, it doesn't. It's not a common thing. I like someone saying, I just want to train, like do athletic performance training and weightlifting.
Free.
Yeah, you know what I mean. I think they just go away and like, man, this is a bit strange. You know, I just say I just need a space. I just need a space. Yeah, you don't have to pay me or nothing. I just need a time and a space.
Yeah,
it'll be before your like late classes and stuff.
So you pay for the space?
Nah, that's what I mean. I don't want to pay, but I don't need to be paid. I'll do it for the. Yeah, I just need the space to train the kids.
And then the kids that are in their gym come to you.
Yeah.
Oh.
But just at that time, and because I was trying to plan it so it's like at 4:30 before they have normal classes. Because usually normal class start about they can be 4:30 or 5. So hopefully before the 5 or something like that. You know.
Are there lots of teenagers that go to gym?
Huh? I don't want a lot either.
But is there a lot that go to gym? A lot of teenagers?
Nah, they usually play like normal sports, tag, touch, basketball, volleyball, stuff like that. But it's good for like off-season training, or even kids who don't play a sport that have some potential. Like this kid, the Avondale kid, but it's not even been a year, and he's scoring 180.
And he's still doing your program?
No. Well, I helped him to a certain point. Obviously, then he's obviously learning from someone else or doing his own stuff. So I don't want to take credit there.
Right.
But I just got him started. But I just like that. Because you can't have too many, because then it's like hard to coach everyone and want to just space as well. Space. It's otherwise it ends up being a mess. You know, if you're trying to look after 5 kids as opposed to 15 kids, you know what I mean? Like that's a lot harder. You know, so you want around 10, I guess. 10 creates competition, good environment. Not too small, because then there's not enough energy in it. Maybe 10 to 15, probably 15 at the most. And then that's enough for a space where literally, like, because you know, gyms, you don't want to be too packed because it can get dangerous. Yeah. And there's a lot of energy in the room, you know, because kids are training and they're laughing and connecting and then competing, getting better. So, yeah, so I guess it's a great time for like off-season training, or for those kids who don't play a sport but they have some like athletic potential in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. So how many kids are you doing now besides Lady's daughter?
No, no one.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to set it up.
Oh, right.
Yeah. trying to set it up.
Man.
So that's why I hit up those few people.
And there's no one doing it. You're the first one.
No, people are doing it.
Oh.
People are doing it. It's growing. It's maybe the last 2 or 3. There's a few people, there's a couple out south doing it and that. But there's heaps of kids. You see. But I don't think anyone's doing like a teen weightlifting club. That's what I'd like to do. A weightlifting club. But then also like sports stuff. So like weightlifting or powerlifting for teens.
I wonder if it's like, is there like a forum you can go to see where you can get the clientele? And then you can get a space and get them like 3 or 4 kids in.
Yeah. I was even thinking of doing it in my garage because I don't want just anyone as well. Because I've learned that from running gyms that I don't want just anybody, you know. You want good kids. There's some kids at Henderson I really like to try to get because they're good kids and they've got some good talent and that. Like I don't want headaches, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like kids that are going to be coachable and things like that, like attitude and ego and all that sort of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I remember
I ain't got enough time and energy for that, you know. Yeah.
I was just thinking about when I was because I went to Henderson to meet it as well, and I was just thinking about the athletic kids that was in the same year as me.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I remember there's one guy's like the fastest in the school. You know, like everyone's like, oh, watch out for them. Like there's a couple of dudes like that.
Yeah.
Then you got the strongest guy at the school. And it's like, oh, watch out for that guy.
Yeah.
But you got some of there was a few sporty students.
Yeah.
That people were like in awe of. You know, like they were like the top of the top in school kind of thing. Is that the same?
Yeah, there's a lot of good talent at Henderson, man. Really, a lot of good talent. I think like working there and working at Avondale, like their pool's good, eh? Like high schools are trying to get their kids because there's a lot of good athletes there. Yeah. But like when I talk to them, no one's going to Avondale. They're all going Kelston, Liston, and then obviously Whitetack because it's just down the road. Oh, some are going to Massey as well. So if they don't really have much ambition for sports and that, they usually go to Whitetack because they're local, it's close. But if they have ambition for sports and stuff, they'll usually go somewhere else. Like, Kelston, Liston.
Just was there in the 1A comp.
And Massey as well.
Yeah.
Massey,
they're both in the 1A comp.
Yeah, Massey as well, you know, because they still play in the Harbour comp.
Right.
And it's still good exposure.
Yeah. And they've got the new like carpentry in the sim form.
Yeah.
Carpentry and trades in there, eh?
Yeah.
Like a transition kind of course.
Yeah, that might be a good guy for you. I don't know him well, but Luke, he runs it, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Kanuta, yeah, he used to do like CrossFit and stuff like that. He'll probably be a good guy to have as a guest.
Oh, true.
Because he does CrossFit and he used to run in the gym.
Yeah.
But he's doing the carpentry thing there.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good connection to have.
Oh, speaking of CrossFit, you know, your trip to Samoa, did you go check out their one? The CrossFit gym there?
Yeah, we went there like the last time we went there as well. So we know Brandon like a little bit pretty well sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Whatatoa. And I had him on my podcast as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so, but we just did that through Zoom. So we just did that on Zoom. And then there's another box there too now. There's another one, CrossFit Apia.
Oh, yeah.
So that's, it's my cousin's, it's his relative. Because he came over to New Zealand to like sort of learn how to do it. So shout out to Walter. He and his wife Memory, they came to our box and a few other boxes just to sort of see how it runs and stuff like that. Yeah. So now they're doing well. We went there as well, but we went mainly to Whatatoa just because we knew them. Like we built the relationship. You know, we went there the other time we went, and so and it was I think it was a bit closer as well.
So I saw that
both cool. Yeah.
I follow them on social media and I saw they had the campaign recently.
Yeah, they had the tour. Yeah.
A
couple of girls I know went as well. Yeah.
Oh, from here.
Yeah.
Go over.
Yeah. They said it was cool.
It looks pretty big now, eh? It's pretty.
The CrossFit.
Yeah.
I think he's been around a while. He's like, it's pretty cool because I've seen his growth.
Yeah.
He's like the subject expert there now, really. You know, like for nutrition and training. Like, because I've seen him on TV1, like the Samoan and stuff like that. You know, there's like tips on lifestyle and all that stuff. So it's pretty cool because he is very knowledgeable
Yeah.
and he lives like the healthy life.
Mm.
So yeah, he would be a good guy as someone that they talk to for advice and stuff like that. Because he has like nutrition coaching and he does a lot of good stuff. Yeah, he's got some ebooks and that for listeners. Yeah, Whatutoa Nutrition. Check it out. Yeah, my wife used his. He's got an ebook out there. I think she got that and got some good tips in that.
Well, that's interesting because when I was there, like, it was hard. It was the biggest problem is eating healthy over there, and of course it's organic, not organic foods there.
Yeah.
So it's easy, but it's also easy to eat unhealthy. And another problem is the expense of getting vegetables in because it's all imported.
Yeah.
Unless you eat the produce that's there already.
Yeah.
But I think the variety of vegetables there. Like, does this ebook cover? Is it all like foods in Samoa or?
Well, I was talking to him about that because I knew he would know a lot of stuff, and I was like, man, there's not really much vegetables or fruit variation, like much options. And he was saying, is like, I said, does it not grow? Like, is it too hot or like, what is it not grow well here? And he goes, nah, like some more things could grow, but it's like it takes too long. And like he says, people generally don't want to play the long game. Like they want to go taro and things that are going to go quick and like sell quick because people want to eat it straight away. So like, planting trees that are going to grow take 5 years, or they don't want to do that, So I was like, oh, okay, so they could do it. He's like, yeah, it's possible to add more variety. Because when you go there, it's like the SESC, there's oranges, the green oranges, and like, there's not much variety, but there could be. And there could be more like pineapple or mangoes and stuff like that, because these will grow really well. But it's more like not long-term thinking. You might not have it all year round, but you will have like things. But if you have like heaps of trees of everything, you would have something all season, all year. So you might have pineapple and mangoes at a certain time of the year, then you have apples and at a different part, So a lot of the villages could be more. I'm not an expert on this, but just from conversation and so yeah, any farmers or whatever, or agriculture people. I think you could have, if you had all these different things, you could have like fruit and veggies all year round. But yeah, I think it's just short-term thinking. It's like sell something so you get money now, but you don't realize you can make more money off that land and house over a long period of time. It might be less, but it will be long-term, better. Yeah.
Because you tend to see the same vegetables every time.
Yeah.
All the time, huh?
Yeah. There's not much options, eh?
No.
Because even when we went to like the stores and stuff, I was like, oh, okay. That's why I asked him, because he lives there and stuff and grew up there, and he's trying to eat healthy. He's like, nah, it could be done.
I know when I went there last month, the biggest news, when I was talking to people there, like the biggest scare or thing was the weed killer.
Weed killer. Oh, okay.
The weed killer spray.
Yeah. What was that?
Because people were getting sick and dogs were dying.
Oh, running around.
This is what I heard. Like dogs were dying, people getting sick, and might be the weed eater. And if you look around, if you go around town, if you go from town to the back, and you just on the main road, you see brown grass on the edges from the weed killer on all the plantations and that. Yeah, so it's like, oh, that's weed killer. They never did weed killer before. They'll just go around. I don't think
they would, yeah.
With the supelo,
Yeah.
And weed killer's a new thing, and so apparently that's what it's doing. It's making people sick and it's killing the dogs. When I was talking to the guy I was talking to about it, he was telling me that, you walk into the store to buy the weed killer, they don't even give you a mask or give you instructions on use it, like safety, nothing like that. You just buy it and walk out,
Yeah. Yeah, man, like
scary.
Since we came through the this, I don't know if it's a midlife crisis, man. So because my wife is like, we get to do like a little stint in Samoa, like, take the kids there, like make them live like a hard life,
I recommend it, man.
Yeah, because it's too easy here, Like you need a struggle. I think it makes you better, stronger.
What's your wife say?
Nah, she said we'll get bored.
Nah,
She goes, you'll get bored, I'll get bored.
I don't think so.
But I was thinking of that, like planting. I would do my garden and stuff, and like start growing trees and
go to the gym.
set up all that stuff, and then like I would be like, oh, I could be like start doing businessman stuff because you know how there's less red tape there.
Yeah.
You know, I guess you got to like clear it with the Mackays or whatever, you know, like things like that, you know. But you can start things if you want.
Start things, yeah.
It's not like you don't have to get it signed off by like all these people and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you just, I mean, you would always have to clear it with people, but it's not as much.
You can get your own piece of land. It's pretty cheap.
Yeah. Oh no, because we got land there, and my aunties and them are building house there and stuff. So I was like, oh man, that'd be So
It's a good lifestyle. I mean,
yeah,
you know when you're
that's
talking
what I mean.
about
It's like stress in that here, and all I would need to do is for me, because my wife is doing her fika stuff, so she's like creative, so she could do a lot of it online anyway.
yeah.
And all I would need to do is just do my garden, go to the gym, and then I would do like a school, like do their rugby team, was like,
Yeah.
and I would get that
come.
fulfillment of like, you know, I need a coach, so I would do their weights and fitness and stuff like that.
And they'll come to you because you're from New Zealand. They'll think, oh man, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, but I would love to do that, like work with their sporting team or something,
Yeah.
and just do that, even if it's voluntary, you know, just to give back. Like I'll get a lot of satisfaction out of that, you know.
Because I was thinking about, you know how you
Work with a school, do your plantations and stuff. That's mean, but I don't know, it's just enough money, to survive. But I guess you don't need as much,
you don't need as much, and and with your New Zealand experience, even your wife's New Zealand experience, like you can make something over there.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. Like if
It's
we got
faster.
education, we could figure things out, eh?
Yeah, you can figure things out,
yeah.
and if you're like, and it is slow over there. You know, it's island time is real over there.
Yeah.
So nothing's gonna happen quickly anyway. So you can't take the whole time you need to set things up.
Because to do the trees and all that stuff, and plant the garden and that. Yeah.
It's not like you gotta get a job straight away.
Yeah.
It's not, because everybody's, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's all good. You know, it's not like here. You know, you gotta get a job straight away, otherwise you're gonna not survive. You know.
Yeah, I guess there's multiple reasons, but over here I feel like we just complain too much.
Oh man.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's whinging, even like kids and stuff. Like my kids are like, we need to go like, because you know when you see like poor people in like Asia or like Africa and that, they're like happy and grateful. That's why I was like, when I need my kids to like struggle and get hungry and like and become grateful, you know. Like holiday, they're too spoiled, so that's not you don't really get that feeling.
Yeah.
But if you live there, and they're like, oh, that's all there is, you know, eat it or starve, you know. We need some of that in our lives. And my kids, you know, they're too soft, like too spoiled. Everyone, we all need hard times. I think that's why I'm grateful for like growing up poor, because it's made me grateful.
Yeah.
Like, and it's stuck with me forever now. So like anything I get, I'm always like, oh, thankful for it, you know. So I think if you grow up like spoiled, you can't really get rid of that. So I'm like scared for my kids because they're sort of in between, like they're pretty spoiled.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
But that's the outcome of you trying to do better for your kids than how you grew up.
Yeah.
So that's the outcome of that.
Yeah.
So you really got to balance. It's not about the monetary thing anymore. It's about something else. It's about striving, I guess.
Yeah. I don't give them anything. Like only like food because I want them to be healthy and that. Yeah. But I don't give them toys and stuff because everyone else does. I buy them sports stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's toys to me, like a ball or uniform. Yeah. Like I'll fork out for that. But I don't buy any like toys, dolls, none of that crap. They don't need that. Just play with the ball, you know? Like throw the ball around, like wrestle or something, you know?
Yeah.
That's toys to me is, you know, playing basketball or rugby or, you know, whatever it is. Handball. Like that's toys. So yeah. But now I dream about it, like especially like with all the whinging in there over here and like my kids. It was a bit of a multiple thing. And then like we can live obsession life, just coaching and that, less stress, heat as well. I miss the heat, you know, because I don't, it's not, I miss the hot weather. You know, it's pretty good right at the moment, but it's not like that often, eh? Yeah. Could you live there as well? Or you lived there for 6 months, but could you do it again?
Yeah, I will do it again. Yeah, I'll do it again. It's everything you said, man. No stress. And it's funny because you never know what's going on in the world and you don't even worry about it.
It's good, eh?
Like you never hear about what's happening in the outside world, and it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, until you come, because man, you know, I went there for holiday. I almost went there for 11 days, enjoyed myself, saw the kids and that, and then when I came back, then I heard of there's a war in Israel and all that. Like, wait,
You didn't know anything
when did
about
that happen?
Yeah.
I don't know anything. Next minute, everything's coming, like all the news and everything.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my gosh, this is so overwhelming. Like I didn't need all this
Yeah.
shit, man.
That's why you got to get obsessed.
I just went to
Because then you
Samoa
block
for
it
11
out.
days.
You get it blocked out. You know, do your podcast. You know, and you don't give a crap about. Oh no, you do care, but you know,
Yeah.
respectfully.
Yeah, but I was just thinking about the kids that get your work, because man, Samoa would be the perfect place for him if he's got that anyway.
Yeah. Well, he's got his kids here.
He's got his kids, but
he's happy. Yeah,
He's happy. Like he needs Samoa's environment to be even more.
Yeah.
The environment.
But then his kids will be here though, so that's the only thing.
Yeah. There's something about Samoa about the just how slow it is.
Yeah.
And how people take their time, and it's like almost no one cares.
Yeah.
Like it's all good.
Yeah.
Because when I was there working, man, because I work in a stressful job, in architecture and all that, like deadlines and all that kind of stuff. But over there, man, no one cares. Because no one builds to the drawings anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what the drawings are for. You just draw the drawings to
Tick the boxes, eh?
tick the box, and then you give him the drawings to the building. He doesn't even build it like that.
Right.
He builds it his own way anyway.
Yeah.
So it's like, what the hell? But
What was the point of me doing this hard work?
But you know, it's like you go to the office and no one's there, and you finish early and no one, you know.
No one's like, hey, what do you think?
Yeah. There's no you're sick. Oh, stay home, or 2-hour lunch, or you know, like it's like there's no. It's almost like school when the teacher's not even there all day.
Yeah. You've got some things, but not too much. You can if you want, but you don't have to.
That's what it's like, man. Like there's no teacher there in your class for a whole day. That's what it's like.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Was it like all the time or just some days?
No, it was like all the time.
True. So you could have just did whatever, really. Or like,
Oh, but you got to do your
almost.
work.
Yeah.
But it's not like no one's on your back. Like,
What if you did like, 2-3 hours, then you could go muck around after that?
I think that's what I was doing.
Oh, yeah. So just knock it out and then go.
Lock it down and go.
Yeah.
But it's just it's different there. It's totally different. Like I actually loved my job when I was there.
But not here.
Not here.
Yeah.
Not here. It's different. It's the same job but different environment.
Nah,
You know? And it took me ages to get back used to it when I came back.
Yeah.
Get back into the office and doing New Zealand style, and like, oh shit, I actually gotta work like hard again.
Yeah.
Because
Someone's going to be like, where's this, there's that?
yeah, because when it was the opposite, when I started there, I was
Yeah.
like getting ready for it. It was almost like I was working too fast, and like tell me to slow down or something, you know, like, or didn't have to tell me. Just the environment just tells you,
Yeah.
you know, because I had to set up my bank account and all that kind of stuff when I got there, and do my my tax number and go do it. Took me ages, because it took me 2 weeks to do my bank account, because they lost my thing. They had to go back and long ass line. Then they tell me, oh, you got to bring this to it. So I bring it. Oh, no, you forgot this. But you didn't tell me the first time. Oh, got to come back, you know, like back and forth. Lose my thing. Same as the tax thing. I had to go set up my tax and blah, blah, blah. Took ages. Long ass line. Because they have like a KiwiSaver type thing
Oh, yeah.
in Samoa.
Yeah.
It's called UPFA.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had to set that up. But it's like, you know, everyone's just relaxed.
Yeah.
There's no rush. There's no rush at all.
Yeah.
And it's a cool thing. It's a cool thing.
Yeah.
So if you and your wife and kids decide to go, the stress is no more stress, man. You guys probably don't want to come back. But I heard that you got to get off the rock maybe
Here and there.
once a year,
Yeah.
just to like, because the slowness will probably get you down.
Yeah.
I think you're tired from the slowness rather than anything.
Well, yeah, that's like the guy who runs CrossFit up here. So I was talking to him because he's from Aussie originally, in Melbourne. So he goes. He's got like some. I think he does some real estate stuff. Well, he has another business, but yeah, like you said, he lives there, but he goes to Aussie and does that stuff.
Yeah.
And it sort of balances it out. Yeah. He gets to do some different things and that.
Yeah.
And then when he goes back, but yeah, because he says you
you
get
need
bored
to.
after a while.
Yeah. I met this lady. I think she's in her 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
She owns Forest Cafe past Vainima up the hill,
All right. Yeah.
and she's there by herself. She was born in Samoa, but she moved to her family moved to Melbourne or New Zealand in Melbourne, and she got married, kids, she got divorced, so she had no one. Went back to Samoa by herself and started that cafe. So she's there on her land, her family land. It's just her. She started that cafe, Forest Cafe, and she's doing it on her own, you know. But it's like she's so cool, man. Because like it's funny because you go there and she's got a wine, having a cigarette, serving the people. It's a nice spot. Like there's a deck right over the valley.
Yeah.
And there's trees everywhere. This is what's called Forest Cafe. It's nice.
Yeah.
It's a nice ambience. And then yeah, she was just saying like, you know, her stress is finding workers, and that's it.
Oh yeah.
And the workers might say, "Oh, Khan, I gotta go to church," or
all right.
or Khan, I gotta do this, and she's stressing out because she opens on the Sunday because heaps of tourists go. Heaps of tourists go to her spot. Yeah, so she has to open on Sunday, and Sundays are worse because Ada does by herself. But she lives where all these other chefs live too.
Yeah.
So when they come down for breakfast, they see her in trouble. Oh no, we'll come help, and they'll just help her at the back.
Oh, true. Yeah.
Cook the food and that.
Yeah.
So it's like it's that kind of, I don't know, it's like that anything goes kind of vibe, you know?
Yeah. Just wing it. And
Yeah, just you just wing it, man. Like there's no.
I have to check out Forest Cafe. No, we didn't haven't been there. Yeah. Next time.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool, man. I guess just different phases in life. That's I guess I'm getting because I'm nearly like 40, so I'm like starting. It's funny how you start to think about that stuff, But like, yeah, because I was watching, you know, like even like you know, you see the singers and Indians like they just live at their store and stuff, and I'm like, oh man. But now I'm thinking like, if that's your thing, that's your breadwinner and all that. That's sort of like the guys that live at the gym. It's okay, you know, like if that's what you're into. So,
are they into it?
I don't know. Anyway, but you know that lady who does her shop first.
Yeah.
You know, she has everything. She's running a business, and then she can, you know, have time to relax. She has everything she needs, sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know about the Indian thing, but
yeah, because you see them on it's like they're because when it comes to Asians, they're born into that kind of world, where they're just brought up with working hard,
yeah.
Brought up with maths,
yeah.
maths and just working hard and that kind of hustle, And I think if you're just always in that hustle all the time as a young age up to adult, then that's all you know. That's what you're gonna do, And then, I don't know where does the fun come out of making money? Because that's what they were brought up to do, or is that where the fun comes from?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
because I got this laundromat, right? Because I'm too lazy to do the laundry. I'm just gonna take it as a service. Take it, pick it up later. And the singing lady's always there.
That's what I'm saying.
Always there.
If you don't mind that, then it's good. People might go, "Oh, you need to do other things," but if you don't mind that, then that's all good, you know.
Yeah, and I'm wondering, man, she must love her job. Well,
maybe it's easy. You know, she gets paid pretty easy. You know, when you do something for a while, like you can do it with your eyes shut. Like it's not stressful for her. Maybe she can watch her like, you know, shows on the side. Her.
But then, when does the holiday happen? You know, when are you gonna? A laundromat job is a 24-hour kind of job, you know.
Yeah. I'm not sure. But, but yeah, the Samoan dream, that's. I thought of Raru before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How come?
It was just nice.
The
beaches were nicer and less like fight lovers and stuff. Like you don't have to like pay for everything. Like in terms of like because you can just go to the beach there. Like you don't have to pay anyone and stuff. Things like that.
Oh, not like Samoa.
Yeah, you can just like walk around or ride your bike and then go for a swim and stuff. But now that I've been back to Samoa recently, like I think I'm getting older too. Like I want to go more to the roots. You know, you're sort of getting like that. Dude, I watched that blackbird thing today.
Oh yeah, what'd you think of it?
Man, it was good, eh?
It was good, Yeah, there were some words there that I really loved. Like when he said,
he was really good, man.
He was really good.
Yeah,
there was that line when he says, when we have you put on your high vis, but you're more invisible than ever.
Ooh, yeah.
That is powerful.
Yeah. I thought it was good, man. Like, cause I thought about that, like similar stuff as well before, just in terms of like we don't fit into like this way of thinking in that. You know, we've talked about it before, where society and the Western world is pushing ideals and things onto us. Yeah, I guess in a way, like subconsciously, or like making us think we need to do this and that when we don't need to. It's like not our natural way of doing things.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And we're just slowly getting, I guess like me, with people telling me society, you know, Pacific people, it's sort of the same thing. Like you need to do this and that, but you don't need to. It's just because we live here, but if we live there, we wouldn't have to, you know, do certain things. It's just like a social construct that you do this and that. Because, you know, I got my daughter's 5th birthday coming up. We're wasting so much money on it, eh? But that's just become a social construct, isn't it? And there's like other ones where it's like, I don't remember any big 5th birthdays when I was growing up, you know?
Well, that's capitalism, right? It always has to be a way to make money. Like, I
But
know
it
what
was
you
made
mean.
up. It was made up. It's
made
not
up.
even real. It's not
made
even
up.
a real thing, you know what I mean? In
Yeah.
graduation, because they have graduation for the kids, preschool. Like, I don't remember any graduation, you know? Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's all these things that are getting made up.
A good example is even things that are already made up, but not part of New Zealand culture, but now it is Halloween.
Right, yeah.
Because we don't celebrate Halloween, but we do because Warehouse wants to sell Halloween stuff. Kmart wants to sell
candy and costumes
Halloween
and
stuff. You know, it's commercialized because they know it makes money. So you get the kids into it. Kids are gonna spend money on lollies. Man, you know, lollies probably went up in price that day or that week. You know, probably I don't know, but you know, it's a time to make money. And because Guy Fawkes Day has been pretty shit because all the good stuff's being banned. No one wants to do Guy Fawkes anymore. Need something to replace that, but yeah, no, you're right. For those of you listening that don't know, that it's a short film called Blackbird by Last Man Soul. His name is
yeah.
It's just a short film about Pacific Islanders working in the factory, and this old man sort of like come to his end of his time at the factory because he's old and he's sick and it's like he's almost gonna have a heart attack at the end of the thing, but he doesn't. But he gets replaced by a young Islander boy, and sort of like talks about the cycle, you know, and how we're. But it's more like he's trying to say that we're trapped in that. It's like a trap, for our people.
Yeah.
We come to this country for better life for our kids to make money.
But is it?
But I think in the Western world, what you're seeing is capitalism. You know, you need to pay laborers to do the work so you can sell stuff, right? So Pacific Islanders, Polynesians happen to be in the bottom rung of the laborers, so we get to do those jobs because no one else will do it. You know, they can't find anyone else to do it, so they got to get the Islanders to come and do that. So the natural thing for progress is to get to the next level. If that's the bottom level, if that's where our parents came from Samoa to New Zealand to start something off, then sure, start at that level. But the next generation should be the next level up.
Yeah.
And the next level, we should start being away from that kind of thing, right? But the cycle keeps happening. That's what I got out of it. Yeah,
I don't think it's as bad as the guy was portraying. I really like the poem, but I mean, because you see some guys or ladies who work in factories and they're happy, you know, like, and then some that aren't. So I guess for the ones that aren't, then that's, you know, it wasn't for them, and some it is for them. Like, because somebody's got to do it, and they find maybe credit. You know, they feel satisfied that they're providing for their family and helping their family, so it is meaningful work for them. You know, so I don't feel like it's all doom and gloom like that guy was saying. You know what I mean? But then I see the other side where, like getting trapped in it or trying to progress and stuff like that. So I see that side.
But I guess it's up to the kids, to say that themselves. Like, okay, my parents did this for us to be here. Yeah, it's our job to do better.
Yeah, but some maybe are more suited to that, which I don't think is bad.
Mm.
You know, it's not. And then some, you know, maybe they should push on and try to reach different levels or progress up the ranks. But
because everyone's different.
I don't think it's for everyone. You know, some people want that
Mm.
and they enjoy that sort of stuff. So,
but the other side of that is that too much influence around social media,
yeah,
and that's when the inequality comes in.
yeah,
You know, when there's a lot of influence, you look on social media and see someone with a nice car, and you dream. When you see someone that has, you know, things that you don't have, and you dream.
yeah.
Your next door neighbor gets the latest big TV, and you, hey, then you dream. You know, there's that as well.
Yeah.
That come into it.
Yeah. I was talking to my wife about that. I think it was yesterday and today, and like I was like, man, I think I'm not far off having everything I want.
Yeah.
You know, but I think because I don't want much, you know, like my gym, my home gym, like I want a basketball court, I want like a ice bath, like sort of thing, sauna. These are sort of like the main things I want. I got a car this year, like a new car. It was like $7,000. But like for me, that was good. Like, but someone that's not good, you know what I mean? It has to be 30, 40, that. Yeah. But for me, like that's satisfying.
Yeah.
That gets me around, it's reliable, you know? And I don't really, like when I think of what things I want, I don't think of a house. Because I feel like, I don't think it's a bad thing. People make good money off it. It's good to have a home. But I don't know, I feel like I want to be mobile and agile. Yeah. At the moment, maybe I'll change in 3 to 5 years. Yeah, maybe I'll want a house then. But if I want to move, then I can move, sort of thing.
How about this idea? Build a house in Samoa. Because that's there forever.
Right.
And you don't have to pay any rates. You know, and it's just there.
Yeah.
You can be mobile in New Zealand all you want.
Yeah.
But there's always that home in Samoa you can just relax on.
What about you? Like, is there any certain things that you want? Like, they all sort of like, do you get trapped by that?
I used to think about the mortgage trap when I was younger.
Yeah.
And okay, in my 20s, I didn't even think about buying a house. That was the last thing on my mind. You know, the last thing. I had different priorities. Even in my 30s, like early 30s, still the same. Didn't have a house on my mind. And then 35, then start seeing, you know, house prices and how you can make money from, you know, your house, it's investment and all that kind of stuff. Started learning about that. And, okay. Nah, you know. Oh, yeah. No. But that was the narrative everywhere.
Yeah.
Buy a house. You know. You live left behind, buy a house. And I get all that. Like generational wealth and all that kind of stuff. You know. But, you know, I didn't think like, I don't know.
You personally don't want it.
I personally thought, okay.
More influence there. That's what I'm talking about. We're getting influence there.
And I was like, you know what? Because, you know, my family home still belongs to my parents.
Yeah.
Like they bought the house back in the 80s, in 1980. And it's still there. So, you know, as an option over the years, you know, it's going to come down to me and my sisters.
Yeah.
You know, for the house. So there's always that in the back of my mind. So I didn't really have anything like, okay, there's that.
Yeah.
That can be the security or whatever. I'm not worried about getting a house. But yeah, you're right. Everybody's saying, you need to get a house. You need to get a house. It's like the normal thing to do.
Yeah.
You know,
go to school, study.
Yeah.
Or get a trade.
Yeah.
Get a house.
Yeah.
Settle down.
But I think it's, other than the normal thing to do, being in Auckland with this kind of housing market and the property prices, and yeah, it's hard, but it's because people are using it to their advantage. That's the reason why it's hard to get into.
Yeah.
That's the reason why the prices are high, because people that are already in the house, it's all about timing. People bought their houses before when it was real cheap. Now it's worth a lot of money. It keeps on going up and up and up. It's more valuable now. It needs to be protected. So the prices need to stay up for them to realize the worth of their house. So no one wants their house to go down in price. No one wants that. How many rich people own houses? How many rich people own multiple houses? The last thing they want is the value of house prices to go down. That's the last thing they want. So no government, no no incentive to bring the prices down. It's gonna happen fast enough
Yeah.
for us to catch up and save up to buy a house.
Hmm.
You know, and once we do buy a house, then what? Stuck for like 30-year mortgage.
Yeah.
You know, and then and that's gonna like limit your mobility.
Yeah.
You know, and dreams and that. And
Well,
so I don't know.
yeah, actually, I do think about a house, but more not in Auckland.
Yeah.
Like, I've given up on that thought of getting a house in Auckland. It'll be either in Aussie somewhere, like probably the Brisbane area, or in Samoa.
Yeah.
I don't think about it in Auckland.
Mm.
It's too expensive
Oh,
Yeah.
Samoa, definitely.
and too stressful. You know, like when you're talking about stress, I just thought of something else. Like when I was working in the gym and I was obsessed, right? I was the same as you. You know, when you lived in Samoa, you had no news in it. I didn't know nothing about the world. And like thinking back, it was better. I felt better. Like people could call me ignorant or whatever, but like all I knew was like that gym, like what was happening in the CrossFit world, and like, you know, going to church, my family stuff. That was it. You know, I didn't know about any wars or anything like that. You know, I was the same as you when you were in Samoa.
Yeah.
And so it was like, it's not a bad thing to be obsessed, you know, because I just didn't care about the news. Now that I knew, like, follow the news and that a little bit, I feel like it stresses me out a little bit, eh? Makes me a little bit anxious.
Do you reckon?
A little bit, like, not
Yeah.
like a heavy, just like a little bit of like, oh, like, you know, it's stuff going on around the world. Like, but I can't even do anything. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Well, personally, I don't feel stressed or anything when I hear bad stuff, but I do feel it from other people. And just recently, I was sitting down and people were telling me, "Man, did you hear about might be World War III?" I was like, "Hey, yeah, man, might be World War III." And oh, did you hear about Russia? What they doing? Might be World War III. And, and then I'm not thinking anything,
Yeah,
but then someone's telling me World War III,
yeah.
and I was like, "Oh, okay." Should I be worried or not? Well, I'm just like, I don't need to hear this right now, you know? I just need to, like, I don't need any more ideas, negative ideas or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't followed it that closely. Like, I sort of hear what's going on, but I don't have a finger on the pulse type of thing.
Yeah.
What do you reckon? Is it happening or what? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really care.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I did have a talk with a work colleague the other day. We were talking about how, because she watched a program on BBC called Earth. Don't know if you've seen it. It's about
I've seen,
documentary about the beginning of Earth. And she was just going on about, man, you know how many billions of years Earth, how old Earth is? And we're just worried about bloody climate change and all that kind of stuff. And it's like, that's just the natural occurrence of Earth, right? What are humans gonna do it, you know? But the thing about it, humans, what, average 80 years? Humans
something like that. Yeah,
live up to 80 years.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going up, eh?
It's gone up a little bit, eh?
Yeah.
But compare 80 years to the 800 billion years the Earth's been around, you know, the history. You know, we're just a blimp of, you know, our life is just a blimp of what the world is, you know?
Yeah.
Like, who's going to care? Like, isn't the best thing to do is just to live life, be happy, like, try to live the best life you can with the people around you instead of worrying about stuff in the future, like.
Yeah.
Because if I think about it, like the thing with the climate change stuff, they're always saying you gotta think about your kids. Think about your kids. What kind of earth are they gonna grow up into?
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, what about my ancestors? Did they ever think about that? Like 3 generations, 5 generations down, did they know I'm gonna be in this kind of
I know
environment?
what you're saying, yeah. I get that, like, even with my kids, like, people like, oh, get a house, you know, think about the kids and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to give them the house. Like, they gotta work for their own house, you know? I was like, I can't even afford it anyway. But like, I don't have the money, but like, you know, people who work for stuff, they appreciate it.
Mm.
You know, like, and I think if you're given it, then, you know, they won't appreciate it. So they need to have the struggle in their life. So, no, I didn't think about them in that sense. I think I'm more like preparing them for life, you know what I mean? Like, written down, like, I want them to have their own faith. Like, they don't just go to church and have their own faith because me and my wife pressure them. I want them to have their own faith, well-rounded education, a great like sporting all around sporting thing.
Mm.
And what was the other one? I had another one. So as long as I can do those things, then God willing, hopefully that leads them to a good place. But I don't want to give them anything like materially too much.
Mm.
Does that make sense? Like
Yeah.
our education, give them like great sporting foundation, and their faith. That's more like tools that they can have internally, and then wherever that takes them, hopefully that will lead them to use it in a good way.
Well,
I don't want to give them stuff.
Well, it makes sense that education is a tool for kids to grow up and make their own decisions. in life.
Make good decisions.
Make good decisions in life.
Yeah. I'd rather that.
I think the parents' role in that is to point them in those directions.
Yeah.
And to make sure during their early years they're just healthy, looked after, put in the right direction. Just to be that strong foundation for them to move forward with education, and then when it's when they're, I don't know if it's 21, like everyone else, then it's time to you're an adult now. You go into the world.
Yeah. So that's the way I see it.
Yeah.
Education sort of wise, not get the house and look after global warming and all that. So they're gonna have to deal with stuff, on their own. But yeah, once you're an adult, you're 21 or whatever, and you'll be there to give them advice and things like that. But they're gonna have their own mind and make their own decisions and stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Run off but did you watch what's it called? The 1-4 documentary?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I didn't give it justice last time I talked about it on the podcast with Cam, because I just watched half of it.
I didn't listen to that.
Because I watched half of it.
Yeah.
And when I was talking to him, so I didn't know. So we can talk about it now because I watched it all.
You watched it, all right.
Man, that was sad. The whole police thing.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, the first thing I was thinking, is this how National's going to be with their police? Are they going to be, how they're going to be hard on crime?
Yeah.
Are they going to make the police like Sydney's police? Like,
Yeah.
is that the blueprint they're going to use?
I don't know if it's like I thought of, because I watched the Straight Outta Compton, I feel like, I don't know if that's like the first thing, because it's the first time in Aussie or Sydney with someone like that. Like, then after this, it'll be a little bit more better. Sadly, they're going to take the hit being the first ones. And then, any other rappers like them afterwards, it will be better for them.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's like the racism and that, like, people had it worse before, and now it's still there, but it's better. Yeah. I feel like they're going to be the ones that sadly take the hit for any other rappers that come through, because it is new to Australia.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Yeah, because I thought that, first thing I thought, man, there's some real criminals out there. These kids just want to earn some money and get out of the hood.
Yeah.
By talking about the hood, talking about the lifestyle,
Yeah.
I don't think, but that's like anything in hip hop or music.
Yeah.
People always get it the wrong way, or the older people don't get it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it today because I've obviously heard of 1-4, but I didn't listen to them hard out and stuff. Just know a couple of their songs.
Yeah.
So it was good to get more of a background.
Yeah.
And like where they started, why, and all that sort of stuff. So I didn't know all that sort of their background. So that was interesting. And because like being from Newcastle, like thinking of Sydney, I didn't think it was like that rough out there. I didn't realize it was like that.
And Mount Druitt.
Yeah. I knew there was like rough parts in Sydney, like there like scraps and stuff like that, but I didn't know it was that like hard out, because there's stuff in Newcastle like here and there, but not like that.
Did I ask you this before? Each Islanders in Newcastle?
Not when I was growing up,
Oh.
but there's more now.
Yeah.
There's a bunch now, like second generation and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
But there wasn't many when I grew up there.
Yeah.
But now there is. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that 1-4 was interesting, how the cops cracked down on all their stuff. How they stopped the Auckland trip. They stopped them at the customs, and then one of them could have gone through. And
Yeah, it's pretty sad, eh?
it's pretty sad, eh?
Yeah. That Leroy here is pretty cool, and it's like helping them out, eh? Is it Leroy? Yeah, it's Leroy, yeah. The white rapper.
Oh, yeah.
He got them to perform
The
like,
famous
secretly.
one.
Yeah.
Because he's famous, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he got them to perform secretly. So that was pretty cool that he was boys with them and tried to help them out.
Yeah, I thought I thought it was a good documentary. Yeah, like you said, to get the inside of them, because I didn't really. I knew the music. I knew one of them was in jail, or two of them were in jail. Or something.
One's here, I think.
Is he?
Yeah, one is a. Is it the one of those 104? No, what's
501s.
501s? Yeah,
Oh, hey,
yeah. That's the one. I think they wouldn't show their face. I think he's the one. He's here.
So he's a 501.
Yeah.
Ah.
Is it Licky or something? I think.
Yeah, Licky, yeah.
I think he's here somewhere.
Oh, true.
So I don't think he can go back.
Yeah.
He could probably only do like the New Zealand concerts. Yeah.
He can only do New Zealand concert.
Yeah. But like they kill it over here, so it would be good for them business wise, to do like once they're allowed to do concerts here, because all the Kiwis love them, eh?
It was very interesting the
money.
drill music in Australia, how they started and came out, because they exploded.
Yeah, it was crazy. I didn't know how.
It was so crazy, and Australia was never known for hip hop before them. You know.
Yeah.
And I think they blew up just like NWA blew up in America.
Yeah, that's why I sort of saw similarities in a way.
Yeah. Because everyone loved them, eh?
And even like the other like drill musicians and stuff like that were like
HP Boys came out in Melbourne.
Yeah, doing the reactions and that.
Yeah.
So they said they made like a big hit straight off. It's pretty cool, like, because whenever they interviewed them, and like, remember there was only going to be one guy doing the one in Auckland, and he did it on his own.
Oh yeah.
Like, I like how they had like a strong work ethic, and they were like willing to do it.
Yeah.
Like, even if it was like two of them, one of them, you know.
Yeah.
They were like, oh yeah, we've got to carry the name, and like get the word out there, sort of thing. I was like, man,
well,
they had balls. You know, they weren't shy.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, oh no, thing's not there, I'm not gonna do it. You know, like they were like, oh okay, it's only me, I'm gonna have to do it. It's like, wow, this is the man.
And when the other guy came out of jail,
Yeah.
and the thing I thought when he came out of jail and he said, oh yeah, this the only thing I can do. I'm gonna go hard, go 100% and all that. And I was thinking, okay, I was thinking about musicians that are still going, from when they were kids, and there's not many. Yeah. There's only like the Rolling Stones, and there's what else?
Nah, there's more than you think. There's more than you think. Is it like the Chili Peppers and that?
Yeah, they're still going, but they're not as big as Rolling Stones, man.
Oh, I mean, I'm not saying they're as big, but they still making music and stuff. Yeah. Elton John.
What's your kid?
Huh? I don't know.
Michael Jackson. Up till he died.
But no, that was a good movie, I thought.
I watched
It was interesting to see, like, because growing up in Newcastle, and then like I moved here, and just seeing like Islanders, but like around the world. Because you know, going to America, you see like Islanders, and then Islanders.
were the hips there when you went?
Yeah.
On your exchange?
Oh no, not there. Anyone went to LA.
Oh yeah.
And then for Fears, my wife's family reunion. But like there, you know, then in Aussie, and then here, and like how they all talk different.
Yeah.
Like but I still have like the same connection when they get together.
Yeah.
You know, because you have like, it's like different but the same. You know, we'll get together. So I thought it was cool to see, like, oh yeah, even like how they don't try to sound American. I like that they just use their Aussie accent.
Right.
And it's good. They didn't try to be anything they weren't. Yeah, I like that.
Because that was the distinguished thing about One for their accent.
Yeah.
They kept that, eh?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Because I had a mate, one of my best mates in Aussie. Shout out John Tupper. He was a rapper for a little bit, Relevant, and he always tried to like just stay Australian. Like he said, even sound more Australian. Like don't try to be, you know, fake sort of thing. Yeah.
Because I said this before, like
I like that.
When New Zealanders rap in New Zealand accent, it sounds weird.
Yeah. But sometimes we try to like be American too much, eh?
Yeah. Man, have you been watching the NBA? They've got started the new in-season tournament.
Oh, I watched a little bit last night, but no, not a lot. No.
What do you think of that? Do you think it's good for I reckon it's pretty good for the sport. But then I want to know if they're playing hard. Because are they going to treat it like, just another gimmick and we'll just wait for the playoffs? That's the real playoffs?
What does it lead to? Just like, do they win a...
So what's happening is this is the first year.
I saw that they got in-season comp, but I don't know what that means.
In-season comp. So they split the conferences into 3 3 groups, and each team has to play within their group other team twice, one away, one at home. And those games are round robin games, and those games count towards the final standings in the season anyway. And then they have a playoff, all in Las Vegas in December, before Christmas. So a one game playoff, quarterfinals, semis, and final.
All right, and then
And
is
then the
this
winner-
before the real playoffs?
This is before the real players. This is in December, so
Okay.
next month.
Yeah.
So the winning team, each player gets 500K, and the coach gets 500K.
Damn, it's a lot.
Yeah, and the NBA Cup,
Ah,
new trophy called the NBA Cup.
that could be good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It reminds me of the soccer. They do stuff like that.
yeah, that's where they got the idea from.
Yeah.
But more of the idea is for getting fan interest in NBA in the first 2 months of the
Because
season.
everyone just waits for playoffs.
Everyone waits for playoffs or after
All-Star break.
All-Star break.
Yeah.
People get into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's to do with that to generate more interest early in the season. But I watched one game yesterday. It was Nets versus Lakers,
Yeah.
and it was a play-in game, in-season game. And I was interested in how they're playing. I want to see if they're playing hard, and they weren't. They weren't. The defense, they're just walking,
Yeah.
or I saw one guy just let them shoot. So it wasn't playoff intensity.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's just a regular season thing or that's just so I'm wondering if those 1 game playoffs, when it happens, are they gonna be
It'll be
intense?
more, yeah.
Are they gonna be intense or not?
Yeah, I've been because I listen to strength conditioning coaches, like sometimes put my podcasts and stuff like that, and they were talking about like some do like NBA and NFL on that, and they were talking about how like us average Joes, we don't understand like how hard the schedule is, like sometimes 2-3 games a week and traveling and like most of us would all break down, and like all those guys they play through, so they can't be like 100% all the time, or I guess they can, like I guess some guys like Jordan and Kobe and certain guys can, but that's just like special people, like not everybody can be 100% like all the time. Like I guess they try to be, but it's so hard like mentally and physically to get up like that much. They were talking about like Lamborghinis and things like that. Like, things go fast. They burn out. Ferraris. So like you have like small like Hondas and things like that. They can go forever, but they don't rev hard.
Right.
But these guys are all Ferraris. So for them to back up like game after game, it's more impressive than we think. Because it's not like the European comps, like where they play hard every game, but they don't play as many games.
Once a week or something.
Yeah, and it might be like 30 games or something like that.
Like NBL and
So they have less games, and they're spaced out, so they can play harder every game.
Because that schedule, man, 82 games.
And you know how hard traveling is. Like travel 3-4 hours. It stuffs you up, man. Your sleep patterns and. You're stuck there with being 6'7", it's like...
Well, if you compare that to NFL, when they have 18
So
weeks,
they got a reasonable schedule,
Yeah. They got 32 teams, 18 weeks, so a team doesn't play a team sometimes, in the season.
Yeah, if they're on the other conference or whatever. Yeah.
So that's, but people still injured, so it's still...
But their collisions are more harder.
Yeah. I also wondered if they took the helmets away, if they took the padding away and just tackled, it would be a better sport or a safer sport for them.
I don't follow the sport like really closely, but again, just from listening to podcasts, they have changed the rules and stuff like that, so guys don't get as injured in it. Like
they can't lead off the head.
Yeah, things like that. So, there's some of the old school guys don't like it because, those physicals they used to be, all those ones. Yeah. But I guess the people are trying to think of rules so that they don't get as injured and things like that.
Because the one I think is brutal is the face mask.
Yeah.
Because when you do a face mask, you're taking the whole neck.
Yeah.
With the direction you grab the mask,
Yeah.
Wow, that must be sore, man.
But these guys are super athletes, man, and like, 105, 10 kilo guy who's like fast days just coming at you like a rocket, like with these like armor on, like bro, like like the worst player in the league would be more athletic than all of us. You know, like that type of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
People don't realize these guys are super athletes. You know,
Yeah.
like the worst player would be, quicker than us, sort of thing. You know,
Yeah.
and at 6'6", you know, so yeah,
The bloody running back would be one of the most injuries, the running back.
that'd be tough, man. Yeah,
Wow.
everyone's trying to kill you, sort of thing.
'Cause that's your only job.
Yeah, run the ball, and
Mm.
sometimes there's no gaps, no holes. You just gotta tuck it up your sleeve, eh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But all the athletes, like even league, like took in Isaiah, like play for the Kiwis.
Oh yeah, how was that? Because how did you talk to him about how the game was in that? Like what the feeling was with beating the Aussies 30-0? That was some game, That was some scoreline.
Yeah,
Wow, what'd you think of that?
yeah. We got lucky enough to have a quick catch up, and no, he was just buzzing out because he said, he grew up as a fan, like as a little kid watching Kiwis and stuff, and then like to beat them, like he was still buzzing out himself, being on the Kiwis and beating Australia because they've always been the top team, and to beat them 30-0. So they had a good time afterwards and that. But he had like they all have like little niggles and that, and but us, we don't know what they're going through and what they have to put their body through to get ready for games and stuff like that in terms of physio and prehab, and they're playing through pain and stuff like that. So yeah, these guys, man, they put their body through the walls, but I guess it's all worth it for them,
He's of West Tigers now, is he?
Yeah. He's there again. So hopefully Benji and all the boys can have a better season this year.
yeah. Because I saw they were licking their lips when Adam Blake was available for a day.
All right, yeah. Yeah, he would be good actually. He's quite experienced and stuff because they got a young team.
Yeah. So what you think of the Kiwis game anyway?
I wanted to put money on them, mate. I just didn't get around to the tab because I watched the first game and I thought they just had a bad start, and then I feel like all those top teams in like league and rugby, it just comes down to like moments, and so they kick the ball out in the full. They dropped the ball early on in the game. They gave away a penalty, and like that's enough.
Yeah,
you can't win against Aussie like that. And I was like, I think if Kiwis can start well, then they have a chance to win. It's not automatic, but they have a chance to win. And they started well in their second game, and I was like, they scored first, and I was like, I think they got a good chance here. So I wasn't surprised there. A lot of people were surprised.
Oh, you weren't surprised? Yeah, I was surprised.
Were you surprised on that?
Yeah, I was surprised.
Oh,
I actually missed the game. I watched the replay the day before, but I saw the score before I watched the replay, and I was shocked.
Because for me, I feel like no one will fear Australia anymore. I think Australia will always be sort of like 1 or 2, but because like the Kiwis, they had the two props who three-peat. Fisher Harris, Liotta. They're the best props. They know how to win. Like, all these guys play in teams that are good, and they all bring in different skills and talents, and they play these guys week in, week out. It's not like back in the days where some guys play like local. And, like they're just ring-ins.
Yeah.
Like these guys are all top. Like, Zaya played grand final with Parramatta. Like these guys have played big games. So
you got Jerome Hughes who plays for Storm.
Yeah.
Playing in big games.
That's what I'm saying. Like Dylan Brown, he played for
Parramatta.
in grand final. So like these guys are to me, it's not surprising. They know how they've been in big moments. That's why I see it. But I think before, like there was a lot of guys who were fringe, Kiwis, like they maybe played club, but they, on the bench or didn't play much, that type of thing. And then only like a couple of guys like Ruben Wiki who were like household names and stuff like that. But now like they're all household names. So I don't think it'll ever be easy because they're always good, but I think they always win with a chance. And I really like Fisher Harris at the end, like a few short words, like New Zealand stand up. This is our time sort of thing.
Yeah.
And he's won, so they know how to win. They know the mentality it's going to take. And that one thing that Zay said I thought was interesting, Fisher Harris, what's it called? He said to watch the Richard McCaw thing, Chasing Great, during the week.
What's it called?
I think it's Chasing Great, the Richard McCaw
documentary.
Yeah.
Where's that on?
It's old. It's old. I haven't seen
Oh.
it, but it's old. But I've been wanting to watch it, but it's hard to find.
Oh,
It's
true.
like those TV1 and Z ones, or something.
Yeah.
But I don't think they had to watch it, but he just recommended because in terms of his preparation, his obsession, and all that sort of stuff. So we got guys like that they're bringing in that mentality, like Fisher Harris, like we can beat these guys. It's a new generation. We're taking over.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wasn't surprised. They're not scared of Australia anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
Although they weren't scared before, but I think they have more belief. Yeah, I don't think they were ever scared.
Yeah.
It's just more like
And I think you're right. They got the backing of
Yeah.
the experience. They've got.
the guys
Yeah.
playing big games.
You're right. They're picking guys up from good teams. They've
They
been there, done that.
they won. They're the champions. 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
So, and then Nikota, the other second row, he played awesome. Tapane, he's one of the best players. I think he's lock of the year as well. Daily M. So like all these guys are not just fringe players. Like they're the top. Yeah.
So the coach did a good job. I think their first game, this whole competition was weird because all you had to do was beat Samoa and you'll get in.
Yeah.
Because that last game, Kiwis Kangaroos, when the Kangaroos won, that was a nothing game. Win or lose, you're still gonna make the final.
Yeah.
So, and I saw on paper that Samoa refused. They rejected England's offer to go play a free test over there next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want us to do the Championship Cup again, or the Pacific Championship again.
Oh, all right.
Which I think would be cool if Tonga gets in too.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
a proper.
Yeah.
Do
I
a
think they
proper
need to do
comp.
Tonga and PNG. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
And just play everyone once, and then maybe have a final or something like that.
It'll be a long.
How many teams is that? Is it be
4.
maybe 3 games each?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games.
Yeah.
That's 4 games. Play each other once and then
Final. 4
in
games.
final.
4 games? So it's a month. That's not too bad, is it?
Oh yeah, 4 games.
Yeah.
Play each other once and
Yeah.
then final.
Because it was still about 3 weeks anyway, yeah. So it's only 1 more week. So a better comp. Instead of having 2 Australia and Kiwi games, like it would have been good to see them play Tonga or something.
Yeah,
Like a different team,
yeah.
you know?
Tonga went down 3-0, did they?
I don't know. I didn't follow it.
Yeah, that was another weird thing too. It never came on Sky or anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
never televised it.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess probably the only other thing is, I was thinking about it with my kids, man. Like, because I've been watching that Wrexham, Welcome to
Yeah,
Wrexham.
Welcome
And
to Wrexham.
Josh Reynolds was saying one of the things that he can't shake is he's been trying to, his dad, like, get the approval or whatever, of his dad. Like a lot of people will think by that, like their mom or dad, like, want to make them proud. And I was like, when are my kids gonna be like that? I've been trying to like get my kids, man, like, but they're off with the fairies, eh? But my wife is like, just settle down. Like my younger daughter, she's only just turned 3,
Yeah,
and like I'm really like,
you're impatient.
I'm like, what are you doing? Like, because they started T-ball and they're all right when they hit the ball and run, they're all right, but when they field, they get bored and they're like playing around and off of they're not watching the ball, and I get angry, eh? But I just try to keep it in, and then it was wrestling and then athletics. Right, like, man, it's killing me, eh? Just seeing your kids like come last and things like that. So man, it's like it's these ones because family like, oh, what are you up to? Oh, the kids have got this on, and it's like, I'm like thinking like, nah, don't come watch, don't come watch until they get better. It's not worth it yet. Wait till they get better. Like I don't mind if they don't win or whatever, but like they have to try hard. They have to be hearty, They have to have like, give their best, that type of thing, like hustle or something like that. Yeah, but yeah. Hopefully it comes soon.
So what if they grow up and then they like sports?
Huh?
They don't like sports when they grow up.
Don't say that. What does that even mean?
They can't escape it.
Nah, it's all good. As long as they have like a movement practice that they do, like just for their own health, then they'll be right. As long as they like they're not lazy and they train or play a sport,
Mm.
then that'll be alright. You know what I mean? Like just to look after themselves.
Yeah.
They do for fun or just to stay healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
They have to do something. It's non-negotiable, you know.
Those boot camps I'm doing at work.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah,
I still got
yeah.
my boss still got his trainer come and do a boot camp with
yeah,
us.
yeah.
And man, I hate it. I really hate it. Like like when this day, because we do it Wednesday and Friday now. We used to do it Tuesday and Friday. Now it's Wednesday and Friday. Every Wednesday, man, I just get my shorts and my gears, put in the car and go to work.
Yeah.
I'm just dreading it. I just hate it. And then I'm just hating it all up to the point where I'm doing it. When I start, get changed, go outside, everyone's there warming up. Then we start the exercises, and I just hate it until the end. Then I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
The feeling afterwards.
The feeling, man.
Yeah.
The feeling. I'm like, yeah, this is mean feeling. So I'm sweaty, I'm tired, I'm sore.
Yeah.
But man, I'm just gone,
The endorphins.
Yeah, man,
they
I feel
kick in.
really good.
Yeah.
And then the cycle repeats itself.
Then you hate it again for the next session. Yeah.
Man, does that ever go away?
No, it does because
Because it hasn't gone away. We've been doing boot camp for ages.
what do you? So you're good at podcasting, right?
Yeah.
So you look forward to it.
Yeah.
So when you get better at it, you'll look forward to it.
Yeah.
But that'll only become. You have to go through the pain of it.
Of getting better.
Yeah. It's like anything. Like if you play basketball, you enjoy it, but you're not. But when you get if you're like the best player, you're like, oh, I want to go every day.
Yeah.
You know. Or if you're whatever sport or music, if you're like struggling, I don't want to go, Dad. I don't want to go, Mum. You know. But then once you're like playing songs and you can see people are looking at you and like, wow, I'm a mean musician, you know. So it does go away. You just got to keep at it. Once you start seeing progress in that, in whatever way, whether it's weight loss or getting stronger or something, then you'll be like, oh yeah, I want to do the next one because I want to keep it going. I want to get some more, you know.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. That's when it becomes. You don't hate it, you know.
I think also.
So you gotta get more progress.
I also think 2 days a week is not enough.
It's not.
It's not.
Nah.
I actually got to do it every day, or every second day.
Well, even if you don't do the boot camp, but just something like go for a walk, or you know what I mean. Like you have to do some exercise, probably 4 or 5 days. But like it doesn't have to be hard out. You know what I mean?
Just use those as the hard out ones.
Yeah, 2 hard out ones, and then other days you go for like a 30-minute walk.
Oh yeah,
you know, that type of thing.
Oh yeah,
That's a couple of times a week. Or walking's always really good because it's low impact. It'll probably help you recover from those 2 hard days. You know, burn some calories and blood flow, probably clear your head. You know, like it's pretty good. Because I've been a walk around here because I came one time and it was nice. You got like that nice pond.
the lake over there.
Yeah, just do that. Like
It's around there. A lot of people do that. Do that route.
Yeah, do that like two times a week, plus your other 2 days, and then you'll build from there. Yeah. Nah, for real. Yeah, 2's not enough. Like, cause there's 24 hours, right? In a day, times that over a week, and you're doing 2 sessions. It's not enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To see that progress.
They're really 20-minute sessions.
Yeah. So if you go for a couple of 30-minute walks a week, that'll be that'll make a big difference.
I'll probably go every day. I come home, go for a walk.
All right, yeah. Whatever. If you feel good, then
Just go up the hill up there and come back.
20, 30 minutes. Boom. It'll help with writing, podcasting and that too. Yeah. It doesn't have to be hard. That's why I did my thing, move every day.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't mean move hard every day. But just do something like light some days.
This brings us to your ebook you want to put out.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna put it out, the Masculine Man Guide, but
Masculine Man Guide. So is that like for lazy people that want to get into it, or what is it about?
Nah. It's as well for when I became a dad. I wanted to. I like I said, I like programming. I like the creative side of it, making workouts up. But then when I became a dad, I was too tired. I couldn't be bothered thinking about it. So it's like a guide. You just look at it and you just follow the workouts. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, at that stage of my life, I didn't want to think about what to do. So I've just got workouts with like video if you want to watch the video of if you don't know what the exercises and that. And yeah, it's more of a guide. A couple of nutrition guidelines. And it's from what I learned. Because I thought I would just carry on doing what I was doing before. But I was like way more tired than that. So it wasn't sustainable. So it's just like a 2-day-a-week program with some like optional workouts that you can do on other days if you have time. So I call it a guide as more as a program because life doesn't always go. Yeah, so I said you got 2 workouts you can do any day. You can do it back to back. You can do it Monday and Friday, like because your free days might be Tuesday and Saturday. So you just do it those days. You know, whenever those 2 days are free, you do it then. You know, and it will change because I noticed like routines would get thrown out the window all the time. So I don't say like Monday, Wednesday, or anything like that. It's just like whenever you talk with your partner when you're free. But it's Masculine Man Guide. It's cool. I got to get some writing in there as well because I sort of explain who's it for. It's quite funny actually because it's sort of talk about how, you know, getting the wild warrior within because like people are trying to get the dad bod on you. Like people, I feel like were looking at me like, join me. You know, and I was like, well, I'm not joining you, man. You know, I call it a war. A war against the dad bod, and so, So it was fun. It was fun writing it, putting it together. So yeah, it's pretty much done. I just got to find out how to put it on the website. Do it at PayPal, so people can pay for it. But after that, I might do some writing and things like that. But I don't know, this midlife crisis, I don't know what I'm going to do from there. I definitely know I need a coach. But I'm thinking of being undercover. I don't know. I'll probably just keep this podcast going or doing that. Because I'm like, when I don't want to go too far away from coaching and what I feel like God's called me to do because it's like energy dispersing, you know?
I like that.
So I'm thinking of, I was talking to my wife about like keeping my phone at home and just having like a brick one. And then like, so when I go to work or go out and about, I can just text and call if I need to. And then I don't check social media or emails until I get home, like in the morning or at night. Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. So I'm not like distracted. Because, you know, I'll check social media here and there or check emails and I don't need to, you know?
Yeah, that's good.
So I could just focus on coaching, my own training, my kids, you know, like not. And I'm thinking of like, because, you know, when I was doing the gym, I would do things thinking that it was helping to grow. And it was in a way, but it was taking me away from what my talent was.
Right.
You know?
And you just lack the talent. Instead of building your talent, you're
I'm building these other things.
Yeah.
So I haven't figured it out yet. You know, I'm still in the process of it, but that's the way I'm sort of heading. Yeah, in terms of cutting things out. That's why I was thinking of not trying to do ebooks after this one and things like that because it's more, I think I enjoyed it because the creative process, I enjoy that. But I want to take the money side out of everything I do now because that changes the way I create. Do you know? So if I do an ebook, it's just because I want to share an idea and create, not because I want to make money. You know what I mean? But when I was doing the gym stuff, part of it was to help people and all that, but part of it, you have to keep that in the back of your mind because you have bills to pay. You know? That's why I just want to look for a place that's free. I'll do it for free. You know, like, I wanted money not to be, and if that happens, it happens, but I don't want it to be a focus because I don't want my decisions to be distorted.
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I want it to be pure.
Yeah.
On creativity, and if like I really want to do it, I'll do it, but not because I think I can make money.
Yeah, because it means it's sort of like you're not. So like you're not thinking yourself, it's not true. You're not being true to yourself,
Yeah. So it's sort of like that.
It's like you want to do it from your heart. Not from survival, I guess.
Yeah. So I might write an ebook or not. I'm definitely finished this one because it's nearly finished.
Yeah.
But after that, I don't know if I will or not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I'm the same as you. I do like writing, so I probably will write. But whether I release it or not, I don't know. But I just do it because I enjoy creating and writing.
And it's good practice.
But I don't know where that's gonna go.
Yeah. No, because I've got a whole lot of half written articles on my laptop.
Right. Yeah.
Because I get distracted and get on some other stuff, but I keep them and sometimes I read them and they might be 6 months old, I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking back then. But it's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's a
It's
good thought.
It's good thoughts. Like it's good. I go back and man, I could use that for something else,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and I can swap it around.
Yeah,
And I think that's what writing does. It puts down on paper your thoughts in a way where you can sort things out later on. Like it might be a random thought, but it might be a piece of a puzzle somewhere else.
yeah, yeah. I got you. Yeah.
You know?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
I was intending it for that, but it's gonna fit here.
Yeah. And that's cool when
Yeah.
I discover these things.
Yeah.
And I'm discovering it. Like I'll go back and I'll think, man, I can use 2 of these on my new article. Like,
Yeah,
but change it around.
yeah,
But I like the direction it was going.
yeah.
Sort of thing. So, because I like looking at my articles in the story perspective.
Yeah.
Like what angle am I gonna tell the story from?
Mm.
Like my latest one, I'm gonna say, it's a story about Starling Park
All right. Yeah,
and the basketball court
yeah,
and how I was always there in early 2000s, late 1990s. I was there every day, Monday to Friday, just playing ball.
All right. Yeah,
And it's just my experiences, like, and it comes from an angle of me remembering, preparing my mind on what I'm gonna do on the court, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna describe what goes on the court
yeah,
in Starling Park as I'm driving home from work. So I'm working in town, I'm driving home, I'm stuck in traffic, but all that time I'm stuck in traffic, I'm thinking about who's gonna be there, who I'm gonna dunk on, or not dunk on, who I'm gonna shoot, who I'm gonna do a
Who am I gonna
crossover,
attack.
and I'm gonna name everyone that's there, that
Yeah.
that came to
Yeah.
the park, and all that's I'm gonna describe everything, and then I'll get home, and everyone's thinking about watching TV, having dinner, but I'm going home, I'm gonna grab my shoes and go to Starling Park.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
So that's like angle.
Yeah,
I'm trying to, but see, I like these kind of things. I like these kind of telling the story through different angles.
yeah,
So I love that. I love
Yeah.
the creativity around how I'm gonna do this.
yeah,
I've got the story. I've got this thing I'm gonna talk about, but I don't want to talk about like I'm a storyteller, and this happened and that happened and that happened and that happened. I want to pick an angle, on the perspective of someone, maybe myself or someone else, and talk it through that that way. Because man, that's what I love about writing. It makes you think different perspectives. So
No, it's cool because even like when you talked about that, you could see you were getting like excited and passionate. So that's like do stuff like that's what I want to do.
yeah.
You know how you feel that way, and you enjoy that writing. Like that's what I was like. I want to do that.
Mm.
And if that turns into something, it does. But that's not the intention.
Mm.
You just do it because you really want to do it. Then that's cool, man. That you notice that and
Yeah.
you can pursue that.
One of my
Because the thing is, usually people are like, oh man, you could turn that into a book, and that's what I would think before too.
yeah.
But like now it could, but it's not the first thought. Just do the writing.
Yeah, just the right.
And whatever it goes, it goes. But don't think about that early,
Mm.
Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted.
No, that's right. One of my favorite movie directors is Steven Spielberg, and I watched this documentary and about him, and I love how he thinks, his creativity thinks, because when there's problems on set, like you've seen the war movie that Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You know that scene when they attack that bunker,
It's a long time ago.
and the guy that's always scared, he stayed behind,
Yeah.
but he watched the
battle,
battle in his binoculars.
Yeah.
And that was the whole scene. You never went to the...
That's like a classic scene. Yeah.
Yeah, he just watched the whole scene with his binoculars, and it happened in the binoculars. The whole scene happened in the binoculars, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then they just went off, and one of the guys, he got injured and he died when he went up to the thing. That whole scene was created because they fucked up the set. Because the original storytelling was they're gonna actually film the whole attack of that bunker, and camera go up there and do all the scenes. But because when Steven Spielberg was angry because he told them to build the set on this side because the sun was gonna shine that way when they come up to film it, but instead they filmed it on this side. They built it on this side, so the sun's not gonna shine on the. It's gonna be too dark. So he was pissed off because they had no time to bust it down and do it again.
Yeah.
So he had to think on the spot. How are we gonna film it? We got no lights. The sun's not in the right way. So he thought of the idea of, oh, you know what? We'll just do it in the perspective of his binoculars because it's blurry anyway, so don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So they just did that. So that was the solution to the problem of that.
Man, it's cool.
On the spot.
Yeah.
And it's cool because you'll never know. You think it's part of the whole the whole movie.
Yeah. That would have been like a less expensive way in that too, eh?
It will be a less expensive way as well.
All the time, like, getting people in different spots and stuff like that.
Yeah. So, see, it's that kind of creativity that man, I admire.
Yeah.
Like figuring out the spot thing, like the different... Because Steven Spielberg is a storyteller. He knows how to tell a story on any angle you want. Like, he couldn't film it up there, so he filmed it in the perspective of someone looking in the binoculars and filmed it that way.
Yeah.
And it works, So I get inspired out of that. Like things like that are pretty cool.
Yeah. It's cool seeing creative processes of different people in that, eh?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
It's been the talking about the brands and like people supporting each other and all that in New Zealand. Like people that don't support us as well. I think was it Cam was talking about that?
It was Joey's article.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I think like I used to think like I wanted to do brand and all that sort of stuff, but like I've mentioned it before, like New Zealand's like a small market. Like not to be negative, but it's a small market.
It is,
and like I didn't realize that, and now I realize it, and like I see other brands coming up, but I don't. Do you know of any small brands who've like gone small and then really cracked it?
Burger Fuel, they made it to Dubai.
Were they small? I didn't know. I thought they were like big already.
Nah, they were small. New Zealand company.
Oh, okay. Oh, mean.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, not much, eh?
That's what I mean. Like, not to be negative, but
like not as far
I sort of stopped that.
Like, what do you mean success? You mean get to America, or get out of New Zealand to another country?
No, just like where it's like running. It's running profitable. Like they're not.
Well, we've had people that have gone off, like directors Taika Waititi or Peter Jackson. Brands, what's made it overseas from here? There's been that woman she's out west. She's old now, but she has a fashion label that's gone to Europe.
All right,
it's a famous one.
So I mean, there's a few, but not many.
Yeah, not many.
Like I mean, even probably one that's done really well is like City Kickboxing.
Right. Yeah.
So like that. But yeah, where I was going with that is this. Yeah, I don't want to. I think New Zealand's not. If you want to make it, you can. Obviously, there's been a few, but you're probably better off going like to Aussie or abroad, eh?
Yeah, it depends on your content.
Generally, not always. You can make it, but it's small.
Yeah, I think it's small, and
people aren't thinking that way here.
But it's small because we only know. New Zealanders only know. New Zealanders only know.
Yeah.
The rest of the world's not interested.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like I used to think, if you like people are wearing shirts and stuff like that, you cracked it, but like you cracked nothing. You know what I mean? Like it's just like you're a suburb. You know what I mean? But it doesn't. It's not to be like belittle that. But I thought that way as well. But it's not really cracking it.
Maybe All Blacks is our biggest brand. All Blacks.
I mean more like CKB, like ground up. Peach Boxing's coming up. They're getting world renowned, like that type of level.
Yeah.
That type of thing.
But they're in the industry that can be if you're good.
But he started from like garage too. Like, that's what I mean. More like not many. Get out of that. Like, cause even in the gym thing, like CrossFit and gym stuff, like all the guys from my era, like there's a couple, but not many. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta be really different. You gotta stand out in the crowd. And
I don't think just different, just be great. I think we're not obsessed enough. We're not.
All right. You think you give up too easy? Yeah,
and to what's it called? Because the ones that have done well, they're obsessed. Like Peach, he's obsessed, and then Beardman, he's obsessed. Like we're too nice, and we gotta like, you know what I mean? Like really try to beat everyone else.
Or do we
Type of thing, you know?
do we need to go
They're too nice.
all in?
Yeah, all in.
We need to go all in.
Yeah,
there.
yeah. They're too nice and like think of everyone and all that sort of stuff. You're gonna have to leave stuff behind and all that, you know? But we don't want to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, that's sorry. I just brought that up because it's just been on my mind. It's another one like that I've learned recently. You know,
No,
you gotta burn the ships type of thing.
Yeah, no, I feel you when it comes to West Coast Network and trying to get out there.
Yeah,
You know, like what does it have to take?
yeah.
Is it good content, or is it just passion, or is it just being smart about how you market yourself, or what is it? What is it if you feel like what you're doing is really, really good?
Yeah.
Is it because you're not listening to everybody, or you just think it, or what is it?
Yeah, it could be a number of those things, eh?
Mm.
Because you hear of like one interview blowing up, or you know, or someone their content,
Yeah,
they tweak certain things. You know, it could be different things, eh?
yeah,
Could be marketing, could be certain different ways, but
but when it comes to New Zealand, like you're right, the market is small, and I think it's because I think for what I want to do, like for what I want to talk about, I really want to talk about sports, right? That's my main thing. I want to get out. I want to get out there, like the sports stuff. But I think we're not as passionate about sports, like America is.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where we fall.
Yeah.
You know, and once we do try to be something extra, it's gonna be too much for everybody.
Yeah. And it gets cut down. Like
it gets cut down.
It's like what I want to be like.
But I think you just
look at this guy. Yeah.
But I just think you just gotta get through that. That's the pain part.
Yeah.
You just gotta keep going.
Yeah, I'll probably wrap on this but that's sort of, I guess, the thought I've been thinking, like, coaching, want to get, like, help develop, you know, people who kick on, get on, like, the world stage, crack sports professionally, but, like, do it in a way where I don't market it.
Right.
And get known as, like, because I call myself a guru of Gainz, and, like, just get known, like, more like the word of mouth type of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's like the best way.
There's a place in West Auckland. I'm speaking this into life. You know, there's a guy down there. He loves weightlifting and sports and things like that. I want to do that because I've been through the thing of like thinking social media, like posting everything and all that sort of stuff. Like I want to get away from that. You know, just like get results. Just be better. You know, just develop people. Yeah. If they're good, then they're like, you got to see this guy. You know, that type of thing. And I think there's so much talent out here that just needs to be harnessed out west. Oh, actually, all over Auckland. In just the right environment. And I know I have a lot to learn and to grow, but I think I have a good base to build off to start. And so, yeah, I guess if there's any listeners, if you have any teens, I guess not any teens, but the right teens, yeah, and you've got some connections or you want your kid to train with me, yeah, they reach out. I don't guarantee it can work because I've still got to figure things out. But if you're like-minded, then let's make it happen. You know, if we like God willing, because I do want to move to Aussie in the future. But before I go, because God willing, we want to stay a while because I want to bring my kids up here.
And Samoa.
Yeah, I want to make a dent. Make a name to start. Do you know what I mean? The Zealous Barbell Athletic Club. So I guess this is going to be on this podcast. Hopefully in 5 years, then, you know, it's happening. And, you know, we've made some New Zealand rep, other powerlifters, weightlifters, or some, you know, are playing professionally or in the ranks of professionals. So that's what I think I can do. I don't think it's that hard. I don't think it's that... it's just like, it's simple, man. Like, it is hard. Sorry, it is hard, but it's simple. Like, what you've got to do, you got to work hard. You know? It isn't easy, but it is simple. You know, it's hard work and all that, but the right environment and a few other things. But yeah, that's sort of a speaking to life.
Can't wait, man. 5 years time, man. There's us.
Yeah.
Going to push some dumbbells.
Or whenever we do the next 135 or whatever, then you'll be able to see the progress.
Nice.
But it'll be a known place. It'll be a known place, but not through social media. That'll be more like word of mouth. Yeah.
Nice, brother. Yes, man. Always grateful you coming on back on 135, man. You've been here ever since the beginning, man.
Who's put it on here the most? Is it me or someone else? Who's been on the most?
I think you're up there, man. You're
Is
up
it?
there. You and Cam.
Cam, mate, yeah, he's been on a bunch, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack's been on a few. Yeah, man. No, man.
Nah, it's always a pleasure, man. It's the therapies. I come out of here feeling light, I just unloaded and shared.
Yeah.
And it's good to learn from you and listen and see and feel your passion. It's good to be around like-minded people doing good
that's okay,
things.
man.
Yeah.
Nah, we didn't do empty out the clip. We were supposed to, but we decided to do back on 135. So
That was good.
you'll catch us probably next week on empty out the clip. But yes, brother.
Thank you. Thanks, James.